Welcome everybody to the lower bracket match here in the Cobx CSGO Championship. I'm Shadeslier, this is Archie from the So Strong Studio. It is Brutality going up against Shooting Monkeys today in a best of three. The map veto is just done. Shooting Monkeys are gonna go with Cobblestone. Brutality, no surprise, they're gonna go with Mirage, and if required, a decider on Nuke.
Yeah, I don't know. Shooting Monkeys have been very surprising. They didn't really show up against Entity Esports in their upper bracket matchup against them. But they're a team that is stacked with talent. They have Markalon, they have Forsaken, Spy, Revolt Beast, Cerebro. All of these guys are just tremendous talents in the Indian CSGO scene. What's been lacking has been team play coming out from them. But they have been together now. They did win the ESL Starter Cup yesterday. Although granted they were playing against a team which was on 200 ping, but still they did beat them. They did win. They reached all the way to the finals, won that out final match 2-0. So yeah, they're in smoking hot form right now. And Brutality, same cannot be said for them just going by sheer numbers. They're going to be playing the survival match. I think against either Team Heroic or Blitz Gaming from the ESL Challenger series, because those two are the top two there. And unfortunately, Brutality finishing second but last in the Masters division. So I hope they are a professional team. They've been doing this for years. So none of that should actually be impacting their psychology going into this game. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens, because Cobblestone isn't a map that I've seen Brutality play that often, to be very honest. In fact, they were just practicing right after the veto got done, or they'd created a practice server on So Strong and they were practicing. I think they were checking the smokes and the angles and all that stuff.
Yeah, probably just working on the basics there.
Yeah.
And let's just talk a little bit about the map pixel now that you brought it up. It's Cobblestone that is the pick for Shooting Monkeys, and should be a tricky map for Brutality. We haven't seen them play too much, but Mirage is their playground. So and Nuke, I haven't seen either of this teams play for a very long time. So that is pretty much gonna be a straight up brawl fest.
So what's interesting is one of the players from Shooting Monkeys plays on a laptop from his hostel on Geo. I'm just curious to see how it runs on his laptop, because if it does, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, ask him what laptop he uses and buy that for CSGO, because if it can run Nuke, it can run anything related to CSGO. Because that's one of the biggest problems with Nuke and Indian Counter-Strike, is that most of the systems can't really run it. So it's an insta ban for most teams. I'm really interested to see how they played, because I've seen Brutality play on it and they seem to know their shit. They seem to know what they're doing on that map. So Shooting Monkeys are going to have their work cut out for them if it goes to the third map. I'm expecting them to pick up their own map pick, Cobblestone. If they do get a good, solid head start on the T side, they should hit the ground running with that map. But Mirage, more or less, should go Brutality's way. So yeah, I'm expecting a three-match thriller.
What is your prediction for the three-match thriller?
If it does go to Nuke, I will favor Brutality. They are the more seasoned squad. I've seen them play more often, and just going by sheer numbers, because there isn't much out there for Shooting Monkeys yet for me to actually analyze that much. So I'm going to be leaning towards a 2-1 towards Brutality if it does go for the third map. But because Shooting Monkeys are pretty good on Mirage as well, I think we're going live. I think all 10 players are in.
Yeah, I think all 10 players are in. We are going live with map 1. It's Brutality versus Shooting Monkeys on Cobblestone.
Has concluded. And Shooting Monkey is going to start on the T side. Well, obviously, because it is the favorite side, it is Cobblestone. I hate playing Cobblestone because it's such a frustrating map to play, especially on the CT side, because any sort of info plays that you make from the CT side is more often than not going to be brutally punished. And okay, 1 point from the server. Alright guys, so we'll just wait for all 10 players to join back, and then we'll go live. In the meantime, enjoy the creepy elevator music, and we'll be right back in a jiffy.
See you soon. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game one of the best of three here between Brutality and Shooting Monkeys. We saw Brutality take the next here, and they will be starting on the side. The first side here for Cobblestone. Cobblestone is, in fact, Shooting Monkeys map pick. So Brutality, they need pretty much everything going their way if they have to play. They're off to the best. For all the viewers who are just about tuning in, the maps for today are going to be Cobblestone, or if required, a decider on Nuke. And this is an element here in the Cobx series. On to the semi-finals to face off against Semper X, while the loser is eliminated. A lot at stake for both these teams. Brutality, the veterans in the Indian CSGO scene, out here to prove a point, to prove that yes, they are still the, if not best, at least one of the best teams here in the Indian CSGO scene. Shooting Monkeys are known puggers here, some of the best individual talented players, but as a team, they are a relatively new squad, and they're out to prove a point. How's the buy looking like? We're going to see an immediate pause coming in. It's going to be 4 sets of armor. Spy is probably going to be running kit and utility, while for the side of Brutality, it's going to be 3 sets of armor. Something standard that they always do. They put 3 players on armor and 2 players running utility. This time around, it is going to be Venom as well as Juventa. They have 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs to work with. Archie, what's up, my man?
I just took a glorious dump and I'm back, and this is awesome. All relieved, so let's go. Shooting Monkeys with Brutality. I take Brutality won the knife round.
Yes, they did. It came down to Venom versus Forsaken. Venom got tagged all the way down to 3 to 5 points of health, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
And a very close knife round there.
Nice. Oh, match has been paused. Okay, it must be a technical timeout. I mean, there's no tactical timeout to be called this early into a game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of whether you start off on the T or the CT side can be discussed well ahead of time. Both these teams had like a good part of 2 days to do it. And score predictions, Archie, for Cobblestone.
Cobblestone, okay, since it is Shooting Monkeys map pick, I would expect them to pick it up. But given Brutality's pedigree and the fact that they've been doing this for much longer and they've been in sticky situations and maps they're not comfortable on and have been consistently performing well on those maps, it's going to be a close game. I'm calling it more or less a 16-13 in the favor of Shooting Monkeys. The first map, I could be wrong. And like for the sake of Brutality fans, I hope I am wrong.
Yeah,
because I don't want to be lynched.
Yeah, I'm a Brutality fanboy myself, so I'm gonna pick 16-14 to Brutality on Cobblestone, and Mirage, regardless, should be an easy map for Brutality to close it out on.
I wouldn't be so sure because Shooting Monkeys have shown tremendous potential in Mirage as well. They've been playing that in Cobx, they've played that in ESL Starter Cup over and over again, and they've come out on top. So Brutality have their work cut out for them because all said and done, Shooting Monkeys have phenomenal aim. You've seen what Forsaken's capable of. You've seen what Markelon is capable of. You've seen what Cerebro, Revolt, Beast, Spy, all these guys are capable of with the guns that they wield. And Cerebro with the AWP especially can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Rix. Maybe not Sai, but definitely Shabby, Rix. All these guys, he can go toe-to-toe with the best out there. So,
and I think the egos of the players on Shooting Monkeys is also a little hurt. These guys are very good players, and in their upper bracket match versus Entity Esports, they kind of got bullied towards that frag end of Inferno.
Yeah.
So they are out here to get their momentum back, get their egos up and running again. So I do expect them to come out all guns blazing here into map 1.
yeah, and especially considering that this is their map pick. Oh, yeah, it is. I think Spy is the player who plays on Geo over on...
I think that laptop is already
Shooting
ripped.
Monkeys, yeah. But yeah, he's been a fairly consistent performer. Although, for me, I think the standout performers from Shooting Monkeys have to be Forsaken and Markelon. Cerebro does show up and come alive from time to time with the AWP of his, but he's a fairly passive player, but a very good AWPer. But a very passive player. He doesn't really go into the fights engaging. He's not a JWS or a Kenny-S like AWPer. He's more like an Alu who'll hold the angles, knows his angles very well, knows his ranges very well, and just picks fights on the CT side, which he knows he's gonna win. He doesn't go for the aggressive, overly flashy AWP that we've come to see from quite a few players. And Spy running with the kit should pick up a couple of flashbangs or at least a smoke or a nade or something. It does come in handy.
Yeah, I think smoke would be the best option to go for here. Okay, he's in fact gonna go with the nade and Venom.
Lining up the fast crossing smoke. Smart. So this is what they were practicing. And run through. Jump through. And it's gonna be the fast crossing smoke. Yes. Look at that. Venom getting tagged down the moment he peeked. But Cerebro, smart player again, spots out the mid aggression and falling back, but does get tagged down instantly. Pexer with that great bounce setup is doing a lot of work. Spy again, unnecessary usage of utility when he can hear the players just rushing him.
You know for a fact that they're rushing at your face. No reason to pull the nade out at that point of time. Should have just stood his ground and taken that fight. But well played, Brutality. This did line up that crossing smoke, and that alone was enough of, I would say, a distraction or a fake to get onto the A-bomb site. And it's a flawless round.
Perfect pistol coming out from Brutality. They just rushed up mid and just found heads left, right and center. The entire shooting monkeys just losing their heads instantly. And there we see the force buy coming out. This is...
And even for the last two matches that have happened, Pexar has been a solid performer for Brutality, and his raid boss entry frags there, 2 frags to open up the A-bomb site, gives Brutality the pistol. It's going to be the force buy coming in for shooting monkeys. They're going to have 257s, a CZ, a Deagle on Forsaken, and we've seen Forsaken with the Deagle hit some nasty shots.
That's there, but see, they're starting on the CT side, and it's very hard to get going on the CT side, especially if you force into the second round after losing the pistol. Cobblestone is a map where, you know, like Train on the CT side, utility is more important than you know, a rifle in most cases. Like, you can actually do with an armor pistol and a full stack of nades on Cobblestone. Oh, there we see Spy opening things up on Rix with the CZ, not taking a single point of damage in return either. Wow. Alrighty then. And I like this setup coming in from Shooting Monkeys. They're playing doubled up mid, one playing Danger, one playing Door, Archway. This way there's genuine trade potential coming in, but I'm not a big fan of, I think that's Spy who's aggressing and Cerebro is falling back, and Markelon gets instantly tagged down to 25 points of health. Okay then, Markelon. And Forsaken rattling shots off with the Deagle. Can he land a couple of weak 1 Deagles is the question. Forsaken does find Pexer down to a 2v4. Spy off the plan already, and Markelon pops up from behind the AK-47, and there we go, decapitating Venom in turn, and they win back the force by. Wow.
Yeah, they just funneled into a B-plat there, and not a pretty sight as Shooting Monkeys put out a very good force buy there, and Brutality make a meal of that round.
I mean, see, look at where Markelon was playing from. That's the perfect position to play a 5-7, broken wall. The T is aggressing and can't see you till the very last moment, and when they can spot you, you're in that sweet spot of a one-shot headshot. And from that range, the UMP is not a one-shot headshot, while the 5-7 is. And that's exactly what...
And Brutality, they're gonna force buy in themselves here, and it's gonna be 3 Tech 9s, a P250 on one, and Rix is able to effort up a UMP, and he's the first one to take damage here. 76 points of health. Spraying away, Cerebro does manage to drop Uenter, but it's gonna be traded away by Waz. But Revolt Beast is gonna get 1 frag back towards Shooting Monkeys here. Pexar, he picks up the UMP and downs Forsaken, but Revolt Beast gets a second frag here. Venom takes a fall, and that's the bomb down. Pexar is gonna try and retrieve the bomb, but he gets shot on his way back. Markelon is with the kill. Waz gets the trade there, but it's gonna be 1v2. Revolt Beast, only 12 points of health to work, but bleeding internally here, but he's going to be able to pick up the bomb and retrieve back safely. And now he's going to have to take up this firefight up against Spy. Gets stacked a little bit. There's still 81 points of health rather to work with, and a Farmers as well. And 40 seconds remaining. Looks like he's going to make his way and try to hit the A-bomb site instead.
Yeah, and he's not trying to sell a fake. I think Shooting Monkeys, they're holding their ground. They're playing this very smart. They're holding their ground. They're not buying this, and they should be able to hear him rush back. He's the player playing drop, should be able to hear him. And, just about managing to save himself there. But be careful was there. Does finally fall to the FAMAS of Spy. And that was very well played by Shooting Monkeys. They didn't take the bait. Although Spy was on the rotate, but was just making too much noise on his way back. Because again, the timer was running low.
Yeah, and at that point of time, as soon as he gets spotted out there by Revolt, it didn't even matter. Spy was in position there. It's only one way he could have gone, and that was out of drop room. Gets taken down. Shooting Monkeys managed to pick up the subsequent round, and now Brutality. They're going to have to go in for eco here. It's going to be only P250s and a Tech 9. A couple of flashes, but nothing too fancy here. Shooting Monkeys do their basics right. They should be able to pick up this round. Easy peasy.
Needs to be careful. He's going to get overrun very soon. Just managing to go back to safety. Does pick one. No need to flash right now because they're going to get overrun with the pistol. That and yeah. Wow. All of a sudden it's down to a 3v2, but Forsaken's there to the rescue, and Revolt Beast gets the kill onto Was, and Forsaken does get the kill onto Juventa. Also managing to retrieve the AK-47. That's good.
Yeah, they could have gone in for a gamble there. Either stand their ground and fight, or get onto the site and plant. And they end up losing the round and not get the bomb plant as well. So
yeah,
economy is going to be hurting for Brutality, and that's pretty much showing there as one of the players has to go with just a UMP. I'm guessing that's going to be Juventa.
So here's one thing I noticed about how the way Shooting Monkeys are playing A is that this is this 1-1-3 split, right? I'm not a big fan of it because literally next to no trade potential that comes in if you do, and look at that Spy getting tagged through the door. And what I also noticed is that there's no one marking the retreat, and down goes Markalon over by Long, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now they're going to swarm up Long, and Spy is going to get caught in two minds as to whether to switch weapons or not, and he's just managing to get a kill somehow. Alright, but still, man advantage to the season. Right now, all they need to do is just play the trades. They don't even need to take unnecessary fights. There we go. Forsaken instantly equalizing the disadvantage. Does take some damage. Both him and Rix are fairly low. So as I was saying, when they're playing the A bomb side, I noticed that no one's marking the retreat as Markalon falls back in against that anti-eco. There's no one marking his retreat. Like no one's flashing for him. No one's molotoving it off. They're playing very isolated over by Long, and that's not going to work against an organized team.
Brutality were on point to sniff out that play from Shooting Monkeys, and they're going to punish them for it. Cerebro brings this down to a 1v1. He has an inclination so as to where, in fact, Was is playing from. He has a flash available. He's going to try and flash out Long. He has a kit as well. He's going to try and stick the diffuse. And Was, yes, he gets there in time. Gets the spray down there. And Brutality, they do manage to make that buy work. And it pretty much came down to, like you said, that setup that Shooting Monkeys went for. They found the weakness there. They get the opening frag, and with that, the A-bomb side, post-bomb plans got a little tricky there towards the end, but Brutality clinched it out regardless.
So again, the A-bomb side is ripe for the taking, especially because of the setup that Shooting Monkeys have over there. This 1-1 setup is actually absolutely counterproductive when it comes to the larger scheme of things. Yeah, okay, the Cerebro does find the pick. Now he should be falling back. Spy doing. Oh, God. Okay.
Dear Lord, but Cerebro with the AWP is going to drop Venom. He's going to go in for that repeat. He's going to get that close range shot onto Rix as well. And Juventa and Pexar, last two alive. Pexar only 16 points of health to work with. Gold spraying away. Should have technically beat the kill, and Cerebro spots out one player there, but Forsaken drops Pexa regardless. And
With the final kill. And see, this is what I was talking about, right? This time they played it right because there was someone watching Cerebro's back. There was a very quick rotate in from mid so that they someone could mark that mid push for Cerebro. Also, Cerebro did a bang-up job of actually stopping that mid push and not allowing them to overwhelm him. But as I keep saying, I'm not a big fan of this isolated 1-1 setup, one player by long, one player by mid, because this time it worked out because Cerebro got the pick, but you can't be relying on the opening pick every single time. Like right now they're playing this right. I think there's two mid, one watching the retreat, one playing a bit aggro.
And I think they did get the opening pick towards long there on Was to start off the round, and that meant that there was no flank coming in from long to catch off Cerebro. Allows him to tunnel vision just towards mid, get those frags, and Mark Lones is going to open this round up for Shooting Monkeys. At the end of the day, it is an eco coming in for that. They're going to be looking to try and get this bomb plant in, but a long spray from Mark Lones manages to catch off Hexar, and Forsaken is going to give Shooting Monkeys their 5th round. 5-2, Shooting Monkeys look pretty comfortable on this map.
Yeah, and frankly, 5 rounds on the CT side, not bad at all. And then they're going to be posting 6 rounds on the CT side. That is quite impressive, to be very honest, especially on a map like Cobblestone, because it's an extremely T-sided map. Especially if you know what you're doing, if you can exploit drop and long properly, or even if you can exploit the drop region, you can go A or B and have a lurk over by drop who can just cut off rotations even before they come in. You can fake B by making a lot of noise by dropping down, boosting people back up to go. There's so much you can do with the T side, and there's so little you can do with the CT side, which is why I get so frustrated while playing this map. Cobblestone is just annoying. But Shooting Monkeys seem to have it figured out, and now they're going up against a semi-buy-up, pistol buy-up. 2 people, Pexer with body armor, no head armor, and Venom with the full armor pistol setup, but they shouldn't have any trouble dispatching off with this. If I were Brutality, I would take these pistols over to drop, overwhelm the one player playing drop, and then try and make my way towards the A bomb site, where I know that there's only one player always going to be playing. But they want to do a vanilla A play where they'll come in through mid and long, they'll want to pincer it, but again, Spy needs to be careful because at this range, the Tech 9s win over the M4 like 9 times out of 10. He's doing the smart thing. He's got an inkling, he has a feeling that he might get pushed, and he's falling back to APC. That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, and Brutality do have a couple of smokes and a Molotov to work with here on Was. Let's see, they're going to be using that and making their way towards the A-bomb site. Another Molotov coming in towards long is going to delay Brutality here. 20 seconds remaining on the clock now. They have to beat it. And again, 2.5 players coming away. In fact, Spy as well. Playing off site. He's going to try and get the top flash in. Lands or one. Make that 2. Make that 4. As Brutality get annihilated. Uwenta is going to be coming up towards Van. Gets one, but that's going to be it. The ace for Spy.
Spy with the ace. And that pop flash. Oh my god. That literally blinded everybody. There were 4 players just dabbing away to glory on the A-bomb side. It was beautiful to watch. What a play from Spy. What a fantastic play from Spy.
That was pretty much lamps to the slaughter there once that pop flash came out. And Shooting Monkeys, 6th round on the board. It was an eco coming in from Brutality. It's the buy round. They're going to go with 5 AKs. Unfortunate that they cannot afford up this AWP on Rix. Was in fact gets the opening pick onto Mark Lone in guessing that was at B Plateau, and let's see what kind of a play that Brutality go for now that they do have a man advantage. They know for a fact now it is absolutely only one player up at A, so if they do want to go that avenue, it's still very viable. They still have some utility to work with as well, and for the moment they're huddled up near Museum. And Spy in a good position here to try and okay, they've in fact committed 2 players towards Plateau here. It's Cerebro with that AWP and Spy. So if Brutality do decide to go in for this rush, it's not going to work out. Okay, they do cover the corner there with the Molotov. Is going to force Pi out, and he's going to get overwhelmed by Venom. But Cerebro in melee range with that AWP gets one, and Uwenta finally does get the trade frag. 2-player advantage. Buzz gets dropped by Revolt coming in through door, and Brutality is just going to Molotov off Rock for the moment. But Revolt, 41 points of health remaining. Look, it's gonna wait out for allies to come in. Forsaken coming in as well here. 2v3, still doable. Looks like they are going to boost it on to 3 here, and that is gonna give the pick on to Rix. Pexar there to trade it away. Forsaken coming with the kill on Uwenta, and Pexar with that 2k towards the frag end of the round secures it for Brutality. And they needed to stop this momentum on Shooting Monkeys. And one picking up that round there is hopefully the start of things to come for Brutality here on the T side.
I mean,
their economy went
again, Shooting Monkeys they lost that round because the Cerebro kind of overcommitted there by Plateau with the off. There's no reason for him to take the fight so up close and personal. Once they know that they're going to push in, have a player over by long, let him play. You fall back to a more favorable position where you can actually use that range to your advantage. Chicken Coop, not ideal because it does tend to get naded and mollied off instantly. Statue would be a nice place to play with that op if you're playing over by the B-bomb set. But this time I think again they're back to the 3-1-1 setup. Not really a big fan of this, and nice, good. They're finally going to be focusing their attention over by drop that Molotov. That smoke's going to hold them up for a couple of more seconds, maybe around 20 odd seconds. So they still have bought themselves some time, and this is why I say that utility is so important on the CT side, because information is so hard to come by, reliable information, because most of Cobblestone is off of what you can hear, not what you can see. The vision for CTs have been blocked right up till the last moment, unless you try and sacrifice 1 or 2 players, playing a more aggressive role. And that's the problem. Like right now, Revolt does hear 2 people drop. He can't see them. They can easily boost 1 back up, and they won't have the foggiest that there's only 1, not 2 by drop.
Markload and Revolt is going to spot on player out. Pexa takes a fall. AVP there. Cerebro gets over, but Forsaken and Revolt get a couple of frags. They get traded away instantly, and Markload. What a play from Markload there, stepping up and shutting down Brutality's
and this
take
is
on
a
the
nightmare for Brutality, because now they get hard reset. They either they have to go in for the force, because it's double eco territory essentially, except for Rix. And everyone else, Uwenta and Buzz will be able to buy in, like they'll have to double ego. There's no 2 ways about it. And yeah, this is absolute nightmare territory, because now the Shooting Monkeys can get up to 9 rounds essentially, and that too on the CT half. This is not looking good for Brutality at this point.
Yep. Safe to say, Shooting Monkeys are having a very comfortable time on Mirage until now, and it's going to be 2 UMPs out on Cerebro as well as Revolt B. So getting the read on the economy perfect. They're not going in for those rifles. They want to try and farm up some SMG money up against unarmored terrorists there. And Brutality, they're not going to make a fast play here, playing it nice and slow. But if they come towards mid, Mark alone is going to spot out players there. It's going to fall back. It's going to be, is there going to be a rotate coming in just yet?
They shouldn't be losing any rifles this round, Shooting Monkeys. They should try and keep this anti-eco as clean as possible. Was already taking a spot of damage there. You can see the door. Oh, and look at that. The moment he picks out Spy, just instantly eviscerates his face. And okay, wow, Spy. And Marcelon's praying. Runs out of bullets, pulls out the USP, tapping away. Does find the kill, and it was, and that flick shot onto Venom. They do lose 2 rifles though. Damn, that's right out of Zone. Like, damn, son.
Yeah, he made up for that misspray there. Just takes out the USP. 2 taps, 2 players down, and Shooting Monkeys 8th round on the board. It's gonna be Tech9s coming in, and armor and utility here on multiple players. So
not a big fan of this buy coming in from Rix, because he won't be able to buy into the next round. Although the rest of his team will be. So he's going to be running the Tech9 armor the next round, as the other 4 go with the AK-47. But this might just catch A fast play over the B bomb site might just catch the defending CTs by surprise. They're still not in Forsaken's hitting shots like that. Ooh, finally does go down, and what is he doing? Oh, Venom, back
Through the smoke.
Yeah.
But Revolt Beast does get the kill there on Venom. Shooting Monkeys, they managed to get the 9th round on the board. That fast play coming in, completely shut in its tracks by Forsaken, just having his aim on point there in the B-bomb side.
But the problem was they didn't manage to recover Cerebro's AWP, so I think there was a grenade lying on top of it. There's a CSGO bug that doesn't let you hit E and pick it up, which is why you see Cerebro with no head armor and absolutely no utility. Match has been paused. I think it is a tactical timeout coming in from Brutality. If there's a time, so the CTs have momentum. This is the ideal time to actually take a timeout because now, they can put a stopper on the momentum. They can actually play some mind games. This is how online mind games work, I guess. You take timeouts where momentum is just about to build. But I think the damage has already been done. 9 rounds for Shooting Monkeys on the CT side in Cobblestone. Just unimaginably good.
Yeah, they can end up losing the next 3 rounds and still have won this half here at this point. And Brutality, what has Brutality been doing wrong? They've not been able to get the entries to the sides. Whether they go A, mid or B, it's always Shooting Monkeys who manage to get the numbers advantage and convert that into round wins.
Precisely. And see, the problem is most people will tell you that if you're playing Cobblestone and even if you finish like 9-6 on the T half with 9 rounds to the Ts, it's still in the very acceptable territory as a CT side. And this time it's more or less going to be 9 rounds on the board already, so Brutality have to pick up these final 3 rounds. They are capable. Oh, and Cerebro, that's smoke any favors, and he goes down without a single kill, and so does Markelon. That is not what the doctor ordered. On the bomb planter, and all of a sudden it's down to a 2v2. Alrighty then. Kills just coming in back and forth, but Juventa, this is okay. Revolt Beast might have an inkling that someone. Oh, okay. And okay, Juventa's made noise, and now it's down to a 1v2, and they know where Juventa's coming from. Juventa needed to peek out the moment he heard Revolt moving into the secondary room and drop. And there we go. Down goes Juventa. Forsaken finds his head. So misplays coming out from both sides there, but just Shooting Monkeys capitalizing more and finding very quick kills. And that play from Spy where he just went up Speedway and got the kill onto the planter, that was what essentially completely screwed over Brutality in that round. Because they were assuming that, okay, the smoke's there, it's going to cover the plant. But Spy, very good timing. He went just as the smoke faded, got the planter down. And by that time, the rest of Brutality had taken up post-plant positions. And the problem with that being, now that because they have post-plant positions, they have to come out to get the bomb and get it down. And as they came out, Spy and I think it was Markelon.
Revolt Beast.
Yeah, Revolt, sorry. They just cleaned up. Now yet another fast replay coming out. There is one player in Hobbit. Will they be checking it? This is the first time they're playing a player over by Hobbit. This is going to be AK Cerebro. It should be a common check spot by now, at least at this level of play. It's one of the more common spots you see players hiding in crucial rounds, and while slow peeking around the corner gets absolutely demolished. Cerebro gets one, unfortunately unable to get the second kill. Okay then, Cerebro needs to be Markelon with the op this time needs to be careful though.
Yeah, I don't see him re-peaking this. In fact, Venom is just gonna stand his ground here up at Plateau. Not peeking it just yet. It is a player advantage as well as weaponry advantage as well. And as I say that, Venom just comes peering in through the corner, takes, in fact, Markelone's head straight off, and still a man advantage though for the CTs here. It is just a Tech 9 out on Juventa, who's going to go ahead, plant the bomb, and Forsaken is going to deny the bomb plant and rub salt on the wound there. Takes Venom down as well. 3 and 11 now, Brutality. They've dug themselves into a hole here in Cobblestone.
Yeah, 11-3. Even if it finishes 11-4, those are the kind of scores you post on the T side, not the CT side. And I mean, yeah, okay, if it's a team like, oh, that's smoke though. Oh, that's smoke though. And this is the mark of a side you know has played Cobblestone a lot. Oh, and a pop flash. See, perfect utility usage by Forsaken there. He heard the footsteps long and pop flash. Perfect, beautiful pop flash. Just catching the first person peeking around the corner, like plumb in the face, completely white out. Complete white out, nothing to see. But this, okay, Forsaken being boosted up. He needs to be careful. They're making a lot of noise going into long here. Brutality. It has been smoked off. Will they be expecting Forsaken to play this boost position? Yet again, hasn't been tried out. But in my experience, it is more of a one and done spot. Not a big fan of such one and done spots. The other one and done spots being, Sandwich in Mirage. Then there's Romeo in Cobblestone itself. Even Hobbit, to a certain extent, is a one and done spot. There we go. Spy does fall. He was playing close A long. And now Forsaken is can both sides. Gets one, drops down, and continues praying, but unable to land the kill. But it's still a 3v3. And Venom is internally bleeding right now. He's on 12 points of health. He's a whisper away from death, rather.
And I think that was Buzz who came in from Connector there, who got shot down by Revolt. And
Cerebro spotting out one player just ambling around in mid. Bomb has gone down, but Rix's position is known now, so Cerebro can just be marking that. His teammates can be covering stable. But what? You know there's a player in mid. Why? I don't understand. Counter-Strike. Anyway, wow. Okay, now Rix is just caught and stuck between a rock and a hard place. There we go. 12-3. Wow.
on the CT side, that is called stamping your authority on the map. As Shooting Monkeys shows exactly why they picked Cobblestone going up against Brutality here. Completely decimates their T side, and Shooting Monkeys, I said they are going to come out guns, all guns blazing. I didn't know it was going to be of this intensity.
And like, here's the thing though. Cobblestone used to be one of Brutality's strongest map back when A-Star would play with them. There was one game between Entity Gold and Brutality for the FPS Battle series that Nvidia does. It's an exhibition series, but when A-Star used to play for Brutality, Cobblestone, he was a nightmare to play against on the T side. He would just single-handedly walk into a bomb site and eviscerate 4 people. And I miss those days. I like there's certain players on certain maps that brings out the best in them. I feel Cobblestone and A-Star are just made for each other. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together. There's just no two ways about it. But now with this new lineup, it's quite apparent that Cobblestone might not be a go-to pick for Brutality.
Yeah, Cash is their perma ban, and looks like
Cobblestone
is pretty much on the brink of becoming one itself. And waiting for a pause here. Not sure if it's a technical or a tack one. Brutality though, only 3 rounds to work with here on the CT side. It's what is going to be their game plan? I think it's just pretty much take 1 round at a time.
Yeah.
And try and cut the gap as much as you can before you can realistically look at leveling things up.
I mean, see, it's an uphill battle. Right now, they should just be looking at this pistol round and be going like, okay, we need this pistol round. What do we need to do to get this pistol round? Take it a round at a time. It's an immense uphill climb, and it's going to be a struggle all the way. And the fact of the matter is, because like 3 players are without any armor, that the aim punch coming in from the Glock spam potential is going to be real. And Pex are just spamming away with the 5-7, and does manage to get the kill onto Cerebro. Pistols, it seems, is the Achilles heel. Oh, but as I said, Mark alone with 2 quick kills down to a 3v3, and Revolt Beast missing his shots. Okay, 2 quick kills coming in, and there we go. Revolt Beast just going beast mode that round. Yeah. 2 kills for him, 2 for Mark alone. Both of these players going absolutely nuts in the pistol round. And 13-3, that the Brutals needed this pistol round.
Yeah, no Achilles for them there. Shooting Monkeys just straight up blocks to the face, take down Brutality.
They did to Brutality exactly what Brutality did to them. They just returned the favor. They just hit A fast and just glocked them to oblivion. essentially. But yeah, Force Buy does come out, and we've seen how Brutality is quite good on the Force Buy, and I'm yet to see how good Shooting Monkeys are against an anti-eco, because if I remember correctly, they struggled to close out anti-ecos against Entity. In fact, yeah, they were pretty abysmal in their anti-ecos against Entity. Let's see if they've changed things over. It is their map pick, so they would have drilled anti-ecos as well. There we go, the utility coming in. They're flushing out the close, pesky pistol corners as I call them. Pexer, placed ideally. The crisscross smokes coming in for drop. He's gonna pop flash in. Not gonna do anything, and Spy just gonna eviscerate him. That's just scalping of the highest order.
Yep, he just turns the corner there and off goes his head. And Spy
not stopping.
is not done just yet. Uenta takes a fall as well. Venom on the rotate, but it is a hit coming in here. They're coming in for the pincer play. Venom is gonna come back to A through balcony and was.
Spy can, Spy can literally cut off these situations, and Venom does find Revolt Beast. And Spy needs to be careful. He needs to... Oh, but they realize that Spy might be inside. I was hoping that Spy might dish out a few more haircuts this map. Those two insta scalps was so sweet to watch. Anyway, down to 3v2. Rix has recovered a Galil, and they should be looking to save this. There's armor onto Rix, the CZ, the scout onto Waz, and the Galil. And look at this, Markelon is desperate to deny them this save.
Yeah, it's Brutality. Their money is gonna be horrible if they do.
Can't say the F word, bro.
Yeah, if they do lose these two guns, and was with that scout gets spotted out there, and now they're making a run towards toilets here. Rix, Marklow does get the better of Was, but Rix manages to stay alive. 55 points of health. Cerebro through the corner, just a little too late there, but. Yeah, they do manage to take at least one of the two guns down there. 14 and 3. Shooting Monkeys are on the precipice of taking Cobble. That is mapped on very, very convincingly now, Archie.
Yeah, this is fairly one-sided. But then, as I said, it is their map pick, and not a map that Brutality plays that often. Like, if you see a team actually go into a practice server 2 minutes before a map, you know that it's not a map that they're very comfortable with. But in the meantime, Rix just scoops. Double spray down for him, but Revolt finally does get the reply. And all the other players don't have any armor. They need to be careful. There we go. Down goes Pexer. Forsaken just feeling his shots. Already one kill for him. And Manta does somehow manage to land the kill through Forsaken and gets Forsaken. And Marshall, I'm sorry. Forsaken left in a 1v2 situation. He has armor. What? Okay, they're playing Ring Around the Roses. And finally, Forsaken does manage to take down Uenta, but Venom in a 1v1 situation. Forsaken does have the bomb. He has plenty of time to play with and some utility as well. And is he going to go for the plant is the question. I think he's going to stick it for the time. Oh no, he faked it. And now he's on the prowl. Venom though seems to have an inkling where he's going to peek from. And that's, I think Venom has this. I think Venom has, oh, he's going back A. Or at least faking going back A. He has 40 seconds on the clock. He can do whatever he wants right now. And he's going to fake the A move. I don't think Venom's going to buy it though. Venom's too experienced a player to actually fall for these kind of tricks.
Yep. Especially after what I have seen in Cobx, it has been more times or not. It's pretty much been just fake. He's going to actually try and sell this with the smoke as well. And...
fancy smoke.
Yeah.
That
was one fancy fake there.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Venom heard him jump. He's standing right behind Rock. He's hearing everything. And now, the moment Forsaken thinks he's safe going for the plant, he's going to get booped in the head. And he hears him. And Forsaken somehow managing to clutch it. And with a 4K that as well. Venom played that so well. I can't take anything away from this man. He's a very smart player. He's a very experienced player. Did not buy into that fake, and the only reason he didn't clutch that round was because of the buy coming in from him.
Yeah, he had no armor to work with, and because it was just a CZ, he had to cut the distance there and go in for that close range brawl there. And unfortunately, Forsaken comes out on top, and it is map point here for Shooting Monkeys. They're going to be feeling very confident moving into this round here. It is going to be a buy coming in from Brutality. 5 rifles, 4 M4s, and a farm out on Venom. Venta is going to open things up here with the kill onto Spike. They come rushing in onto the B-bomb side. Mark alone gets one, gets two. He does get traded away by Waz. Rix takes a fall as well here. Venom and Waz, it's all up to them. But Revolt takes Waz's head off clean there, leaving Venom the last man alive here. 1v2.
The bomb.
Yeah, the bomb is
going around. Oh, and Venom already getting nailed down to half HP. Revolt Beast needs to be careful, and they see off this map 16-3. My god, what an explosive first map. 16-3 to Shooting Monkeys on their own map pick. This is as decisive a score as it can get.
You called it. You said 16-13 is just the one missing.
One
there.
missing, yeah, I know. Like I expect
Close.
Yeah, I expect. See, the thing is, Brutality used to be very good on Cobblestone, and since the core hasn't changed, I was expecting them to put up more of a fight, but they just keeled over and died, but take nothing away from Shooting Monkeys. They were on friggin' point in this map. They didn't miss a single shot. There were a few misplays here and there, but I think apart from the first few rounds, they barely any Brutals were not even in the server. You could just as well as been a walkover for the first map for all Brutality tried to do this game. But anyway, we're moving on to Mirage, which is Brutality's playground, and they've shown us time and time again how good they are on Mirage, especially. They've beaten teams of much higher caliber than Shooting Monkeys. But one thing's for sure, Shooting Monkeys have impressed me a lot.
Yeah, first thing Brutality has to do now in the break is just completely erase that first map off, reset, and pretty much look at this as a BO2 which they need to win 2-0 to progress moving forward. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned. We'll be back with the second map, that is Mirage. All right, welcome everybody to map 2 of this best of 3 here. Lower bracket in the Cobx CSGO Championship. Brutality versus Shooting Monkeys. We saw Shooting Monkeys completely decimate Brutality on Cobblestone. Moving into Mirage, which is Brutality's map pick, and they're pretty much their own playground. And Spy is going to open things up here on Pexer here. And looks like Brutality did win the knife round and go with the CT side. But they're going to be 2 players to worse here. And Shooting Monkeys, they're moving the bomb back to A.
I mean, it's getting those 2 instant picks towards the beginning of the round and getting tagged down solo. See, that's the problem with running so much utility on the CT side against Glocks. Is they will all... Okay then, Mark alone just flying and Assassin's Creeding the ever-living crap out of Juventa. He just went for the eagle dive and shanked him in the side. In the meantime, Rix does pick up 2 kills, but he's internally bleeding at 1 HP. He has solo, and Revolt knows exactly where Rix is, and he ends his misery. But Markelon there, adding insult to injury with the knife out onto Juventa. Ouch.
Yep. That is going to pretty much fuel up Brutality at this moment. Their map pick, and on the pistol round, Markelon just comes flying in through the corner, JWH style, gets the knife in, and Rix did bring it down to a 1v1 there, but he had only 1 point of health to work with. Works against his favor, and Shooting Monkeys end up taking the pistol here. It is the first buy as expected from Brutality. They're gonna have the scout as well as armor out on Rix. Let's see if this man can wield some magic.
I mean, here's the thing though. It's a force buy, and we know Brutality is very potent, especially on Mirage with the force buy. Rix with the scout can do a lot of damage. But the thing is, and we've already seen Shooting Monkeys struggle a little bit against the force buys, and oh, look at that, was picking up the kill onto Spy. Through the smoke, that too. And Venom gets one, unable to get 2, but it's down to a 2v3. Rix still with... Oh, and Cerebro just caught napping there. Bomb will go down. No, he messed up the bomb plant. How do you mess up the bomb plant? Markelon, they have the health. They need to be careful. Rix very potent with that scout, and
I think he just wanted to check there if there was any CT who's gonna come flying in through the smoke from CT. Just
Rix clothesline there on Revolt Beast, down to a 1v2. It's all down to Markelon, gets spotted out, gets tagged down, and they, like I said, they just see off this force by masterfully. Wow. Okay, then Shooting Monkeys do manage to get the bomb down, so they will be forcing into the next round, no questions asked.
But what a nice round coming in from Brutality. Played
Clinical.
it perfectly there.
Clinical.
It started off with Wuz getting that shot through the smoke, Venom chipping in as well, and Pexer closing out the round there for Brutality, 1-1. And yeah, there you go. You pretty much called it. It's going to be the first buy for Shooting Monkeys. Armor pistol. In fact, they're going to be able to afford up a couple of Galils as well on Markelon and Cerebro.
Revolt should have gone for a more, like, if the entire team is bought down, there's no point saving that money right now. He's on $2,200. He should have just picked up an SMG or something, a UMP, or even a Galil for that matter. Would have gone a long way, because look at the buy coming out from Brutality. They know that they're going to be up against a force buy, and they've bought accordingly. Oh, was giving away his position right there. That Molotov's going to buy him some time. Markelon is going to, you know, back off. Just Forsaken, he's a savant with the smokes. You saw him come out with those fancy smokes in Cobblestone. You can see, watching Forsaken play, you can see that... Oh, okay. Round restore. Alrighty then. Someone might have timed out. And so, a little bit of trivia for you. Forsaken, the guy with the highest IR right now, and some of the most clutch rounds you would have seen on Cobblestone. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the person on Shooting Monkeys playing on Geo on a laptop with a 60 Hz monitor and a laptop keyboard. So for those of you who think that you need like the extreme, the best possible gear to be pro at Counter-Strike, well, Forsaken is a living, breathing example that yes, they help, but they don't really matter all that much. Forsaken just proving everybody wrong right now. This man it truly has been a revolution. Like I remember him trying out for TMG and not working out because, well, TMG is not that serious a team. They play mainly on the weekends, and they all have day jobs, so they're very busy. Most of TMG works at So Strong, so that's also there.
Yeah. No free time here.
No free time here.
And Waz is going to take up the up and close personal position in the A side. Cerebro is going to be marching up towards the B apartments here. Juventa playing an offside. And Mark alone. He's coming in through. Okay, he's gonna get smoked out for the moment. There's a flash coming in as well. Revolt just checking for some aggressive play through A slope. Forsaken lining up that smoke. And Cerebro. Okay, Pexar is playing passive here. For a moment, I did think he was going in through mid towards underpass. Not to be the case. And doesn't look like it's gonna be an A hit coming in. With 1 minute remaining on the clock, it is going to be only 2 CTs here. There are 2 players playing up at B and 1 at Sniper Nest. Venom. As the smoke dissipates, he might spot out Cerebro there at the end.
Aggression under Palace. Waz needs to be careful. Revolt Beast getting naded, getting shot in the face as well, and Forsaken's also completely blind, but Spy does finally get the kill. But he's taken a spot of damage. Oh, and Mark alone with the Glock out, somehow managing to just tag down Juventa, but now it's all down to Mark alone with 3 HP, and Rix to the rescue. 2 rounds on the board for Brutality, and yeah, this looks more like the Brutality we know. They're more comfortable. It's clearly they're more comfortable on Mirage, and it is their playground. This is the map that they are most comfortable on, and they play the best possible Counter-Strike that they're capable of.
And you can pretty much see here as well that they seem like they're at home. It's on Cobblestone, we saw it was very shaky play coming in from Brutality. No sign of that whatsoever moving into the second mapping Mirage, and I think that is the sign of a true champion. It's where you can completely reset and not think about pretty much what happened in that previous map and move ahead, just focusing on what is up ahead of you.
True.
And it looks like it is going to be an eco here for Shooting Monkeys. I don't see them being able to invest in too much into this round.
Yeah, and I mean, they are playing on the less favored side, the T side. But take nothing away from Shooting Monkeys. They have some really hard hitters on their team. They have, well, Forsaken for obvious reasons. We've been hyping him up to the high heavens all day up till now. Let's not take anything away from Revolt Beast and Markelon. Even Spy and Cerebro, they're all very good players. And you need very good players, like very good raw aimers on the T side in Mirage, because unless you're a very well coordinated, well-oiled machine, you need that entry fragger to be going ham. Which is why, like, I find it so curious that almost every map I see, every game of Mirage I see the player playing under Palace pick up 3 kills every time a team hits A. I don't know why, but very few people actually check under Palace. It's just so easy to check clear under rafters. You have a set Molotov from A ramp.
Yeah.
If you've smoked off CT spawn, you have a set Molotov for A ramp that you can bounce off the default box that covers the entirety of under Palace, including the cinder blocks. So the Molotov will spread to the cinder blocks, forcing the player out. So the cinder blocks is the safe haven if you're Molotoving from Palace. You can climb up on top of that and still survive. The fire won't get to you. But if you're bouncing it off of that cinder block, it'll spread throughout. I don't know why more teams don't employ that Molotov instead of insisting on it Molotoving off from Palace.
And we might see a quick B play coming in. That nade from Venom is going to tag Spy and Forsaken down. They're just going to walk into the meat grinder here. Forsaken makes his way safely towards Van, but only 8 points of health. Revolt does get the better of Pexer. Venom didn't spot it till like frag in there, but he does manage to pick up the kill regardless. Brutality. Clean anti-eco coming in. They lost only about 1 weapon there. I think that was the UMP going down. So 3-1. The buy comes in for Shooting Monkeys. It's going to be AKs all around. No money enough for Spy to effort up that AWP. But
I mean, it's okay. On
they do have enough to work with.
Yeah, on Mirage, I'd rather go with utility and AK than go in for the op completely naked. By that I mean little utility. Oh, look at the smoke. I think it's a smoke for connector. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna smoke off. Yeah. What a smoke. Forsaken. Okay, and Rix does open things up with the kill onto Cerebro. He'd already made his way into connector, but that smoke just Forsaken smokes, man. They're just so good. He's like a mini Snacks. Like you can see when Snacks is smoking off different parts of the map. It's like he's like the beautiful. He's like that scene in Russell Crowe. I think it was Rain Man or what was it? Yeah, where the numbers, the mathematical equations just flashing all across him. Yeah. And it's just like that. That's how I see Forsaken. Just looking at the map, figuring out the lines and angles, and you just know that he was the smartest guy in his class in 7th grade because he had Pythagoras' theorem like down.
Yeah,
to
he was
perfection.
101 out of 100 on geometry.
Yeah,
for sure. And looks like they're lining up some smokes towards B here. Spy watching for any push through underpass. Revolt doing the same here at B apps. And 45 seconds remaining. Venom has another nade lined up and it's gonna land at Revolt Beast's feet there and take about a good part of 50 hit points away from him, and the Molotov immediately covered away by the smoke, but there's another Molotov waiting for them. They're gonna come in through the window and get sprayed down by Venom and Pexer there. Spy does manage to pick up one kill, but Venom has absolutely no problems dealing justice to Shooting Monkeys there. 4-1 to Brutality. They shut down Shooting Monkeys by there, and that is pretty much going to mean eco territory yet again for the T's.
I mean, that's the thing, right? The T's, Shooting Monkeys right now looking at 6s and 7s, apart from, well, a few very, very creative smokes that we've seen coming out from Forsaken. I haven't seen anything, impressive. I mean, they are on the Armored Deagle buy, and we all know what they can do with these Deagles, Shooting Monkeys. But on the flip side, we haven't seen anything too impressive, and that nade's not going to really do anything, the nade that came out from Venom. We haven't seen any, good plays being made. Okay, then Markelon manages to tag down Was, but the player shot just ending them. Oh, and Forsaken with that Juan Dig. Rix, though, shutting things down with the AVP. Leaving Forsaken in a 1v3 situation. That flashbang not really going to catch him. No one aggressing B shot as of yet. Forsaken desperately trying to fish for a rifle, but in the meantime does get the kill on Riggs, but takes a ton of fire damage and needs to be careful. There's a player peeking him from Sniper Nest as well. Does land a ton of damage onto Juventa as well, but somehow Brutality do see this round off, and now Shooting Monkeys will be able to go in for their second buy round, like second proper buy round. Shooting Monkeys haven't yet been able to recover from the reset that Brutality just handed to them during the anti-eco. And I don't know, I'm not seeing enough from Shooting Monkeys right now to actually have the confidence in them that they'll be able to see this round off. Brutality just shutting them down every time. And that's the failed smoke. He failed the Sniper Nest smoke. Yeah. I think you should just leave the fancy smokes to Forsaken.
Yeah, Forsaken is just gonna head up mid and be like, no, guys, I didn't teach you well, apparently.
Yeah, you have failed your sensei.
And
that nade gonna just land on Spy's face at the moment.
Yeah, just exchange of nades at the moment, and Pexar spots on multiple players, but Juventa,
just dying too easily. Cerebro does pick out 2 players, but now the bomb is down and CTs have vision of it. And there is a player, I think Venom is... Okay, Venom's playing B side, and Cerebro just can't figure out where he's getting shot from. He's down to 7 points of health. He's on his last wish right now. And I don't see him doing much. And yet again, Brutality coming out, swinging right out of the gates, shutting down this mid-aggression. No mid-control for T's whatsoever. And it didn't help matters that Markelon just failed one of the easier smokes, that is the CT smoke, the Sniper Nest smoke. And Brutality just able to abuse the fact that, Markelon, Cerebro getting burnt to a crisp there by Venom. Perfect utility usage from Brutality. 6 rounds on the board, on the trot for Brutality. This is the confidence play that we know that Brutality are capable of. This is the level of Counter-Strike that we know that they can bring to the table. So Shooting Monkeys need to be careful.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to be able to buy in here. They do have the money here. I think they're on maximum round loss bonus as well. And okay, it's going to be a mix buy. It's going to be 3 AKs and 2 Deagles. And very, very limited utility. So they're going to have to rely on aim here. They're going to have to rely on some nasty opening frags. But Brutality have proven us time and time again that they are a force to be reckoned with. And Uenta, he's the man who's been on point for Brutality on this map. He's going to open things up. Rix gets one, but walks into the bomb site there, out in the open. Not the best place to position that AWP at, and that has given Shooting Monkeys a chance here. And Mark alone, he's not going to miss himself. And
what? Like fast kills coming in from Mark Alone and Forsaken. Those two just went nuts this round. They hit some of the nastiest shots we've seen thus far in the game. Holy moly.
Yeah. Shooting Monkeys, they pretty much had enough. They're like, guys, all these executes are not working. Just throw down the smokes and walk out.
And just kill them all.
Yeah, just trust in Forsaken and Mark alone to be on point, and that is exactly what they did. And okay, there's gonna be a boost in the sniper nest for Rix on that AWP, and looks like he's gonna be trying to peer in through B shot, but smoked off for the moment. He's gonna have to wait a while before he does get sight of upper mid, where okay, there is one player, one T there. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get his sights on him, but Revolt is going to get that jungle smoke down, and it's going to be a fake play coming in here. It's going to be the B hit eventually coming in by the looks of things. Venom.
There's still a lot of time left on the clock. They could just go underpass, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be a straight up B hit. Not a big fan because, you know, once the CTs have all the utility, this is what can happen. They'll just throw down the smokes, throw down the flashes, throw down the molotovs, and you'll just get picked apart one by one. Cerebro does manage to get the kill onto Rix. Forsaken has fallen, and Revolt Beast. Oh, Cerebro managing to get the kill onto Venom as well, down to a 3v3. And the rotations have come in. There's 2 players over by the B bomb site. They don't know that, and Pexer gets the kill on a Revolt Beast, but Cerebro there immediately traded up. Juventa getting the kill onto Cerebro, but now it's all down to Markalon in a 1v2 situation, and he's stuck in a crossfire.
Yeah, Markalon had to hit that initial shot, which would have brought it down to a 1v1. Missing out on that, and now looks like pretty much that ship has sailed, as he has only 17 points of health to work with, and the AWP.
And there we go, was finally cleaning things out. You see, that's the problem right here. You don't just go out onto the B bomb site when you know that the CT economy is as good as it is. You need to make them expend their utility early in the round, or force them to use the utility so that you can actually dry execute onto a bomb site. Just flashing over and then going YOLO into a bomb site will not work against a team of Brutality's caliber, especially on a map like Mirage.
And I have absolutely no read on this map. Markalon had the money, he goes for the AK. The rest of them are gonna have to work with only P250s. Deagle out on Forsaken, but no armor. So this was in fact something that Brutality used to do earlier with the previous squad, where you would see A-Star buy up the AK armor, and the rest of them would just go in with a full eco, absolutely no armor as well to back that up. And when I actually had a talk with A-Star after one of those matches, I was like, is this something that Brutality prepares for, where you have the one rifle and armor and nothing on the rest of the players? He said no. It pretty much came down to the player just buying right off the bat, and then the captain calling eco. So anticlimactic. There might have been a similar case here, but does come down to Forsaken being the last man alive, as Rix with that P250 has no problems disposing of Cerebro, and Pexar gives Brutality their 8th round of the map. This looks pretty much similar to how things unfolded on Cobblestone, but the sides have switched. It's Brutality now dishing out
the pain.
The pain.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't understand what Markelon has tried to do with the AK buy. I mean, they wanted to equalize the economy. I know why he bought into that round, but what I didn't understand is why he was the first to die. Like, if you have the rifle, it's up to you to get the trades for your teammates. I mean, bait them. And that nade's gonna sail in and do absolutely nothing. Wow, that's interesting. Just 8 points of damage taken by Markelon from that nade. Alrighty then, CSGO nades, that's CSGO nades for you. Just completely useless. And yet again, they're going for this fast B play and they're gonna get burnt alive and then mauled alive as they make their way in. They need to mix things up. This is not working out for them. It has never worked out for them in Venom. Pushing through the smoke, playing by the edge of it, needs to be careful. Revolt Beast is just lurking around the corner and that's like Tech 9 range right there, and the molly goes out and players start burning. Markelon taking a ton of damage. There we go. Markelon does pick up the kill onto Venom, but now Cerebro's running through the fire and flames and just pecks her. Gets to. They just line up for him. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, you don't do this against a team of Brutality's caliber. You need to mix it up. You need to go for the mid control. You need to put one player underpass, two players high mid, two underpass, two high mid, one lurking. Get mid control, get a few picks. You can't just dry execute onto, you can't just vanilla execute onto a bomb site and expect it to work out. This is Brutality's map pick, guys. You need to have a more in-depth approach to your T side. It's just very, very poor Counter-Strike coming out.
Yeah, they had 4 smokes there, and they used up all 4 smokes towards the B bomb site. They had none to distinguish that Molotov coming in from Venom, and pretty much forced to take that Molotov damage and jump into Pexer's crosshair meant Brutality take their 9th round now. It's going to be 5 AKs out regardless for shooting monkeys, but just having a buy seems like is not going to be enough to take even a single round of Brutality.
I mean, it is the unfavorable side, the T side, but you would still expect a team of Shooting Monkeys caliber, especially what they brought to the table on Cobblestone, to be picking up at least 5 to 6 rounds. Like right now, Shooting Monkeys, to have somewhat of a chance, need to put at least 6 rounds on the board. Ooh, the floor is lava there, and finally Revolt Beast opening things up with the kill onto Was. The Molotovs going in from the CTs themselves, players just streaming out by Tetris and ARAM, they're just stuck. And Rick's trying to jump spot, but in the meantime, Revolt Beast does get the kill onto Juventus, down to a 4v3. Cerebro pop flashing his way under Palace, and Pexer spraying away, gets the bomb planter down, but that's all he can manage for the time being. It's down to Venom and Rix to make something happen, and look at this. The rotation coming in from Forsaken. Oh, they're running the Tyloo strat, as I like to call it. They're going to plant by B shot, and they're going to wait as Forsaken makes his way all the way back. And again, the bomb planter does go down, but Forsaken's made his way to connector. And that's all. That's round done. That's round done right now.
Yeah, that is round done. It's only 3 points of health remaining on Venom, and he's going to have to walk out aggressive. Forsaken, though, has his number there. Gets the 3rd round on the board for Shooting Monkeys. Just as I was saying, it's going to be very difficult for them to get a round off. It just came down to a clean execute there. They had a plan in mind and they were able to execute it. And Brutality, they're going to be able to bind regardless. They have a lot of money in the bank. Up, back out on Rix. And what do you think was the exact reason that it worked out for Shooting Monkeys there in the previous round?
Firstly, they played it a lot smarter. They used their utility a lot more decisively. So they'd mollied out under Palace properly. They'd mollied out Sandwich. So they knew that these 2 places would be clear regardless. They went out pre-aiming CT spawn and triple box, and they got the kills. It's down to a 4v4, and look at that. So now, since they've been using their utility properly, this time though they're gonna get caught off guard with the player playing Sandwich because they didn't molly it out this time around. And it's down to a 1v2, and this round will and should, for all intents and purposes, go to Brutality unless Cerebro can pull out magic. So the previous round came down to proper usage of utility, and that's what allowed them to go for the play. Like, they preemptively went for that plant as well over for Forsaken, who rotated all the way back from T-ramp to connector. that was a preemptive play. It could have backfired, but they did have a smoke. But there we go. Rick's not going to be caught out with a player crab walking out with an op. Rick's too good for that.
Yeah, he's not gonna miss that
Yeah.
any day. And Brutality, they managed to get onto double digits here, 10 and 3. And it's Shooting Monkeys who've been reset now. Absolutely no money in the bank. $1,400 on Mark alone, $1,850 on Forsaken. It's gonna be just pistols out. Armor on Spy here, interesting. He does decide to invest in a little more than his teammates there, but Rick's playing aggressive here in mid with that AWP. He's gonna see one T coming in. Yeah, he goes for that shot, but he's a little too late there. And 3 players heading in towards B here, but Venom playing in aggressive in the parts, gets the opening pick, falls back. Mark alone just rushing in with the knife is just going to get his body mangled all over the place, but Venom does get traded away by Spy, brings this down to a 3v4. They managed to recover 1 rifle here out on Spy, who does have armor, but he's going to get taken down regardless by Pexar here, and bomb gets planted. 2v4, Forsaken takes a fall. It's only going to be a moment's notice before Revolt is dealt up with as well. And Brutality, they lose only 1, but Shooting Monkeys did get the bomb plant down, so they're going to be able to buy in AKs in the next round.
I mean, that was the objective for this round, and finally they did manage to get onto the B bomb site. That's primarily thanks to the fact that Marklon had the presence of mind to throw down the smoke onto the Molotov that was chucked in towards apartments, and that's what actually allowed them to get the bomb plant. Earlier, what was happening is that they were constantly rushing through the Molotov because they'd expend all their smokes in, trying to block off vision in and around the B site, and they'd just get taken down by attrition as they walked over like 2 Molotovs just laid out back to back, and they were just burning to a crisp even before they got anywhere close to the bomb site. This time, however, they put the Molotov out. The smoke was there. It didn't allow for subsequent Molotovs to come in, and allowed the players to just rush onto the bomb site and get the 2 opening picks needed to get the bomb down at least. And I think that's job done for the round, because now they can actually go into this round with $800 extra. That means some more utility in their bags, and it all comes down to utility usage right now.
And contrary to what we've been witnessing for the last week or 2, it has pretty much been Shooting Monkeys taking 12 rounds on the CT side in the first map, and quite possibly now Brutality replicating the same here on the CT side of Mirage. So,
yeah, I mean, okay, no. There's a little bit of a bug on GoTV there. I thought that nade just took out 2 players, but then I realized it's a CSGO nade and it doesn't really do that much damage. But, okay. See the smokes raining into the bomb site. Should have laid down a counter Molotov there. Oh, he does. A-ramp has been Molotoved off. But Shooting Monkeys still aren't going out in that Molotov. So just gonna Spy with the first kill onto Riggs, but Juventa immediately answers back. That Molotov's gonna force him back out of triple box, and he can get spammed down, but look at that. Wuz is still playing such a beautiful position over by Firebox, and he pops out and takes 2 with him. 12-3 again. Brutality, this is their map, and stamp of approval right here.
They did exactly what
Shooting
Monkeys did to them. It was a 12-3 half there as well on the CT side. And as we switch sides here, looks like we are all poised to head on to a deciding map 3 on Nuke, unless Shooting Monkeys can pull off some antiques themselves on the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, Shooting Monkeys need the pistol round. Again, like I said with Brutality as well on Cobblestone, it's going to be a very, very uphill climb from this moment forwards. So they just need to take it 1 round at a time. They can't go in with the mindset that we have to win. No, they just take it 1 round at a time. There's still time. Comebacks have happened. And okay then, Cerebro just going to take 2 heads off instantly and spots out a third. No need to go for the fight. You have the man advantage. Fall back. Why, Cerebro? Relinquishing 1 man. There's still 4-3. It's still doable, but Venom has made his way onto the bomb site. This can be hairy, but Venom just taking too much damage. Falling to Forsaken, but in the meantime, Wuz comes out. The Raid Boss takes 1, takes 2, down to a 2v2. The Raid Boss really coming in handy for Brutality right now. It's down to a 2v2 retake situation, and now they know where both the players are playing from.
And despite was standing out in the open and taking that firefight, he's taken absolutely minimal damage.
Yeah.
Only 16 points of health. And
But Revolt snapping onto Waz's head there. And Juventa in a 1v2. They need to hurry up. They don't have a kit. And there we go. Markelon puts Juventa to sleep. And the defuse will come in. 12-4 is the score. Well, much better from shooting.
Yeah, that's the first step in the right direction.
Yeah.
They pick up the pistol round, but a long way to go before they're back on even footing here versus Brutality on Mirage. For all the viewers who are tuning in, this is map 2 of the best of 3 here in the lower bracket of the Cobx CSGO Championship. The loser goes home. The winner moves on in the lower bracket to face up against Semper X in the lower bracket semi-finals, which will be up day after tomorrow. And Shooting Monkeys did take map 1 on Cobblestone 16-3, and Brutality here are putting on a very strong showing, 12-4 here. Shooting Monkeys taking the pistol round. They're going to be buying into this. It's going to be 3 UMPs, 2 FAMASs, lots of utility, kits out onto Forsaken and Mark alone, while Brutality, they're not going to force buy in. They're going in for a hard eco.
No, they have to. They got the bomb down, so they can go for the buy next round. And that's why you see the 3 SMGs out. They know they're going to force a more or less an eco buy. And Cerebro already on the 4K. Can he go for the ace is the question. Is taking a lot of fire damage over in the apartments. And Cerebro does get his ace. It's the ace for Cerebro. Yes, it's an eco ace, but a 5k is a 5k. Can take nothing away from the man. He played B shot perfectly. He might have gotten overwhelmed by the sheer weight of pistols rushing his way. Laid down the Molotov, used the nades perfectly there, and just sprayed down as they walked in one by one.
Yep. The standard eco warrior there has been crowned as Shooting Monkeys get the 5th round on the board. Brutality, they're gonna have the buy in. Cerebro does decide to go in for that AWP. It's gonna be only 1 AK out on Was. It's gonna be 2 Galils and 2 UMPs for Brutality. So they decide to go in with a lot more utility, but much inferior weaponry than what Shooting Monkeys are wielding.
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to that. Either you'll give up on the rifle, which is the AK, and go for utility, or you'll give up on the utility and go for the rifle buy. It makes no sense to give up on the utility, and the Molotovs come raining in. Players taking a lot of damage as they make their way in, and Revolt Beast. Oh, a team kill coming out from Juventa, but of course Venom finding Cerebro, Venom finding Markelon. He's just bombarding his way through market and just taking players down left, right, and center. It's down to a 3v2, down to a retake. Weapon advantage surely with Brutality, and Was hearing this coming from a mile away. Spy to fall to Was, and it's all down to Forsaken with a UMP against 3 very good T's, and he's not going to get much done. Juventa to end his reign of terror. Does take some damage, but him wielding the UMP didn't really help matters out at all.
Brutality there, showing Shooting Monkeys how to do a textbook execute onto the B-bomb side. Yes, they did get those standard Molotovs, standard players jumping in through window, but that is how you do it. You have the trade frags. First guy gets traded away, but immediately all the CTs are dealt up with on the site. The retake is also already covered for as well. And Brutality now 13 runs on the board, 3 rounds away from forcing a deciding map 3 on Nuke. They do have all the weaponry now. They managed to recover Cerebro's AWP as well. And a full eco coming in from Shooting Monkeys.
I'm really interested to see what both teams bring to the table on Nuke. I love casting Nuke because it's... Oh, okay, Rick's just... Okay, Markelon, sit down, enjoy your new haircut. I'll oblige you, scalping him with the AVP. 4v5, Forsaken admiring his Deagle conspiracy. I think he picked that up from the So Strong store as well, So Strong Marketplace. Okay then, Pexer, sit down, son. Forsaken up in this place. I can't really say the full phrase on cast. Anyway, and in the meantime, Spy does get the kill on. Oh, Forsaken, what are you doing, man? Wow. 2 quick kills with the Deagle. And this man's Deagle is something to be feared. No armor, no problem. I'll just go for the heads.
And before even we finish saying Nuke, we are down to a 4v2 here in favor of Shooting Monkeys. Only Was and Rix, the last 2 alive. And I think they're already contemplating saving this Rix does go ahead and pick up the bomb. Let's see if they're going to try and make a play towards the B bomb side. It's going to be very highly unlikely unless Rix manages to get a frag within the next 10 seconds. But it's going to be just upgraded pistols all around. But they don't want to risk dropping this. And as I say, that was pop flash in through B shot. It's going to come in and take down was. And Rix with the AWP now. It's going to be stationed up at B apps, but little did they account for Cerebro there at bench, and he gets both the frags. Hands shooting monkeys that pretty much forced by round there, and recovers the AVP as well. So
yeah, I mean that
cherry on top of the cake.
That'll do some good to the CT economy going forward, but they need to win. They need to string some rounds together now. Shooting monkeys, like. Yeah, that anti-eco, how did they win with just pistols? Well, the answer to that is, well, Thor's hammer or Forsaken's deagle. Mjolnir there is basically what went into Forsaken's deagle right now. It was just crazy. Those two one-taps just completely shutting down that brutality, aggression and presence by mid. And then Spy getting the kill onto Juventa also didn't help matters at all.
And for the moment, they're going to commit up 2 players towards... Palace here to start off round number 20. There's going to be armor out only on Rix, who is running a Tech 9 as well. Only P250s all around for the remaining teams. They're going to be just rushing into the A-bomb site. They do manage to get a trade frag there. Spy gets traded away, but Cerebro with the AWP on point. Venom catches Marklone, is missing a couple of shots, but... going for that quick scope there, Cerebro misses the flick. Rix manages to get his hand back on the AWP. 2v2. Brutality seems to be returning the favor back to shooting monkeys.
It just came down to both the A defenders just missing their shots. It was a very good Molotov over by Stairs, which denied Markelon line of sight. And there we see Revolbeast praying through the box and praying he hits a shot. But Rix has repositioned himself very well, and yes, does get the kill onto Revolt. And now Forsaken all alone in 1v2, and both the post plants, very good post plants. They're both playing by ramp, and I don't think Forsaken will be expecting that. And Forsaken, Rix is just ready to pop flash out for his teammate. Smoke does go down. Will he be sticking this is the question. Does get taken down by Wuz in the end. And that's the thing, right? If you're going to miss your shots, there's no excuse for that. Yes, you were flashed, but... I mean, you know you're going up against pistols. Why take that aggressive position?
And that wasn't even like a force buy. It was just Rix on armor there, if I'm not mistaken. So,
you know you're going up against pistols. CSGO pistols are just absolute killers in the close range duels. So, take more favorable angles. Yes, you get smoked off. That's okay. You can actually play for the retake. You have the utility. You haven't utilized it. And I like this mid aggression coming out from Spy. They might catch 3 players off guard. Oh, they're ready for it. Spy. They need to fall back. They need to fall back now.
Yeah, that had all the makings of a disaster there for shooting monkeys. If they went ahead and stuck around in mid. Brutality were absolutely ready for that play from shooting monkeys. Rix with the AWP in mid. It's not going to spot anyone out just yet. Cerebro taking that AWP towards stairs on a Wuz. Is going to be making a lot of noise here at underpass. Markelone is already peering in and ready for any sort of play coming in from that region. Venom is doing that jump peek there, trying to see if he can spot anyone out. In fact, okay, that in fact is Revolt Beast there up at Wan. He's going to be checking that angle. He has a UMP to work with.
This is a good read coming out from shooting monkeys. They know it's going to be a play over to the B bombs. And look at that Spy just completely missing that spray. Pex are getting the kill on a Revolt beat. See, this is the difference coming out between Brutality and shooting monkeys. Brutality weren't missing these shots when they were dropping down, when they were executing on the B bomb side, which is why they were able to lock it down. And Spy just going hero mode there, playing all alone by bench, allowing for the rotation to come in, but the bomb has gone down. The post plants are pretty strong. Forsaken runs a good shot onto Venom, but it's down to a 1v1 op versus M4.
Rix on the AWP has to clutch this out for Brutality to put them on map point. Smoke is not going to favor him. He's not going to be able to see this, but he's going to hear the bomb being tapped away. Forsaken just spot out Rix. He knows exactly where he's playing from. peers away through the corner, tries to get the spam in, but Rix is undercover there, and he's just playing time at this point of yeah, he does get the kill there, but no time. Yeah, Rix played that perfectly there post bomb plan. Absolutely no reason to take that firefight. He just bought time there, played around with Forsaken, and when he did get the kill, it was just a little too late. Brutality, 15 and 6, one round away from heading into Nuke.
Both players were very smart there. Like Venom, Forsaken threw down the smoke, hoping that the smoke and the tap on the bomb would bait Rix to come peek out, but Rix also played that very smart. He went, popped a few shots, and then immediately went, changed his angle, hid, so that he wasn't visible from Van right there. And that little bit, Forsaken does manage to land the headshot onto Juventa, and I think he's okay then. Forsaken and Spy just going beast mode. Yet again, it looks like they're gonna fall to a force buy. Alright, that Molotov a little too deep to bother Rix right now, and he's in a 1v4 situation. All he has is a Tech 9 and an AWP and some utility to work with. What can he do? Well, he can scalp Cerebro, and bomb is still out, dropped in no man's land. He does the smart thing. He picks up the AK instead of the AWP, because now he has at least the chance of engaging multiple opponents at the same time. But those Molotovs, they're going to hold off Rix for an even longer time.
Yeah, this is to a point where this doesn't even surprise me. Winning force buys eco rounds seems to be the standard at the moment. It's not winning the anti-eco, as Rix, last man alive, bomb is down, and I'm pretty sure the CTs have spotted this out. Rix does manage to catch off Marcalones there at underpass. He's going to jump across, take down Revolt as well, but lucky for the side of shooting monkeys, Forsaken was ready for that aggressive play from Rix, and 7th round on the board for shooting monkeys. They need another 8 on the trot to force overtime. We've seen it happen before in that match versus Wolves versus Semperex.
Yeah, but those two teams are more or less of similar caliber.
Yep.
They're both playing at the highest tier of Indian Counter-Strike. They've both been playing for a very long time. Shooting monkeys, I don't think they have the experience necessary. But then I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm always game for a competitive game of Counter-Strike. Never enjoy watching Storms all that much. But as of now, as all things stand, they might get to 8 rounds, but I don't see Brutality having that much of a trouble seeing this one off. Forsaken does find the kill, plans to, and Juventa burning alive. Forsaken finds 3, but finally does go down to Rix, and so does Spy, and very cheaply, mind you, that too, and was getting spammed down to 24 points of health. Is there a nade on anybody on the CT side? No, the answer is still a no. That flashbang might just catch up the player playing CT a bit off guard, and the bomb, look at it, is dropped on top of default. He has to peek up to get the bomb, and there we go. Revolt Beast just tapping away with the USP, and ending was right there and then.
And on the back of that eco, looks like, yeah, they are in double eco territory. And
but look at this, the money on shooting monkeys isn't that great either. The Marcalones will still stay with he drops the scout and picks up an M4, but again, the utility very light on shooting monkeys. They need to see off this round by keeping at least 4 players alive, or 3 players at the very minimum. Otherwise, they'll be in a world of hurt.
And the Cerebro is gonna peek up mid with that AVP. 2 T's coming his way, and he misses a sitter off a flick there. The smoke not landing in time, but the nade is gonna do some chip damage there out onto Rix. But the hit is on towards the B-bomb side. Forsaken has to stand his ground. Cerebro is chipped in to the party as well. So does Revolt Beast, and
perfect round.
Perfect round. Yeah. Rotations on point, on time. And Brutality, despite making their way towards that B-bomb side, couldn't cross over the finish line there. Get stopped right in their tracks. 15 and 9, and now the buy is going to come in for Brutality. 5 AKs out, and will they be able to close this out in this round is the question.
I think they should. They've been very strong on their buy rounds thus far. Cerebro missing a few easy flicks with the AWP, so I don't think he's really feeling it on Mirage right now.
No, but he did hit some clean shots there in the B-bomb side.
Yeah, that he
coming in from market, and
needs to be careful. There's 2 players underpass, and Spots out one head, gets the scalping in and smokes it off. Smart play from Cerebro. Gets one kill, no need to overextend, just change your position. Don't peek this. Please don't peek this, Cerebro. Please do not peek this. Ooh. Unfortunate. Unfortunate for Juventa there. Now he's completely blinded up. In the meantime, Forsaken's picked up the kill onto Venom as well as Rix. Forsaken playing aggressive B shot, pops out and pops 2 head and then runs back. And there we see Spy getting the kill onto Juventa. This looks like it's going to be 10 to 15 at least. Was left all alone against 5 CTs.
Yeah, 5 really healthy CTs as well.
Yeah,
so.
They haven't taken a sliver of damage yet.
And looks like Shooting Monkeys are all set to get on to double digits here. 10 and 5. 5 rounds away now. They're slowly cutting down that distance. What was, I think, about 8 rounds earlier is now 5. One step at a time.
Yeah. Oh, but he might just catch Spy off guard. Waz is playing this so well. And Spy does fall. Waz now, they know where he's playing from, but Spy... It's okay. They lose one player. They can still pass on the gun. They have enough money going for them to easily buy into this round. No problem. And I mean, they have to buy into every round now. They can't drop a single round. It's map point for Brutality. All they need is 1 round. So they should just eco this. Maybe they win on an eco. You never know. I mean, they've done it before in this map already.
That seems to be the trend here on the Cobx CSGO Championship. So might as well just wing it and go in for that pistol armor buy. And they're going to do a little bit of it. There's going to be pistols and armor out on, upgraded pistols rather, and armor out on Venom, Rix, as well as Juventa. They have a lot of flashes to work with as well. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov. And it does look like it's going to be another fast B play coming in. Packs are already inside, but Forsaken up at boost. Didn't account for it, and he does get the opening kill onto Brutality. And player to the advantage, Juventa is going to get boosted up into Sniper Nest. Are they going to be aware of the spike?
Yeah, I think Spy heard it. Mark alone. Oh, but Cerebro getting caught off guard. Rix retrieving the AWP. That's the worst gun you want on him. And there we go. Scalps Forsaken. It's down to a 1v3. Holy...
We guessed it. We called it here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Brutality taking the eco there. It wasn't even like a full-on force by there. It was just armor out on 3 players. And they're going to be forcing a deciding map 3 on Nuke. Don't go anywhere. Brutality versus Shooting Monkeys, who is moving on to face Semper X in the lower bracket semifinals. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
only just for now. We'll make it through somehow. It's not your fault. You won't be lost forever. Your soul will find its way. You're not alone. I'm here.
Deciding map. We are live with map 3 here, the deciding map of this lower bracket best of 3 between Brutality and Shooting Monkeys. Brutality are gonna take the knife round and will probably be starting on the CT side. We saw Shooting Monkeys take Cobblestone very convincingly there in map number 1, 16-3, but Brutality answering back with a strong performance themselves on Mirage, 16-10. And off to Nuke we go. Archie?
Nuke, interesting. Our observer is gonna have a really fun time on this map because it's a hell of a map to observe Counter-Strike on. There's just so many different vertical layers. It's a nightmare.
I've had first-hand
Yeah.
experience. So I think the second ever map that I observed was on Nuke, and little did I know, little was I aware.
Jesus, take the wheel. Our observer is just having some fun. But yeah, interesting map pick. Nuke, Brutality are pretty strong on it. Never seen Shooting Monkeys play this map. They're again going to be starting on the unfavorable side, that is the T side on this map. Although in the current meta and given the current state of Indian CS, you never know where the rounds might swing. It all comes down to how good and how Rix is feeling with the op and does he take it outer. Now Rix is a very versatile opper. He's a very dynamic opper as well. So he can take the op ramp, he can take the op outer garage, he can watch rafters, he can watch marshmallow. There's a ton of things you can do with the op, but I want to see what setups Brutality bring to the table. I've seen them play Nuke once before, and they completely wrecked the opposition team on it. Granted, it was a fairly new team and not...
And I think the recent play on Nuke was in the ESL India Premiership Masters game versus Risky, where it did go in favor of Risky 16-10, but that scoreline in itself shows Brutality have some sort of a homework done on this map.
Yeah, I mean, playing Risky on Nuke, again, very risky. Pun intended, actually. And yeah, going into the pistol round, yet again, we see the kid come out onto Juventa, Rix with the Molotov and the Flashbang, 3 sets of armor. And over on the flip side, the entire T squad is just running Glocks. And they're going to come out. A and Forsaken instantly gets punished for his aggression. But Venom will get traded out by Markelon. In the meantime, Pexer finding the kill onto Cerebro. Spy having taken Juventa, but Rix and Pexer replying back with 2 quick kills. Rix with a double kill. And they see off the pistol round fairly easily. 1 round on the board to Brutality. So this is what I don't understand. If you're going to go out squeaky, you buy a nade, you buy a smoke. It's a very simple pistol strat for Nuke pistol round on T side. You blow out squeaky door with the nade, throw down the smoke, and just simply make your way into the lower bomb site. But, well, Shooting Monkeys deciding against it.
We're
So.
just deciding to go in for that raw aim duel, but you're gonna get peeked from multiple angles as soon as you get out of Squeaky there, and it's gonna be the first buy coming in. It's gonna be a 1 CZ, 1 Tech 9, 3 Deagles out for Shooting Monkeys, and on the flip side, Brutality, they're gonna have 2 rifles and 3 UMPs. Venom is gonna go down to the Deagle to start off round number 2.
Yeah, well, again, these Deagles coming out from Shooting Monkeys, these guys are just have insane aim, but was ideally placed by the stairs in a control room to shut down this lower play. And Revolt Beast finding the head of was that pixel angle scalping there. And Rix, Forsaken with the Deagle onto Juventa. Okay then.
I think it's safe to say it's better to lose the pistol round when you're playing, especially these two teams are on the field, as they seem to make a meal of these anti-ecos every single time. Pexer does get the pick out onto Revolt Beast, brings this down to a 1v2, but they know where Pexar is playing from and tapping away at the bomb. Seems to have narrowed down.
But Spy, that came way too close. Way too close. And Spy is just searching for that for Mars. Not going to be able to retrieve it though. But I think we're going to see another force buy coming out from Brutality. I mean, the thing is, here's the key thing for Nuke, right? You want to get as many rounds on the board as the T side when the utility is still fairly limited on the CT side. Because any half-decent CT side with any semblance of team play will be able to shut down play after play on this map just on the strength of utility, just like Cobblestone. The difference is Cobblestone is a much wider map. Here, the action is layered vertically and makes for very concentrated pockets of engagement. In the meantime, Markelon does find Juventa, who was peeking out radio right now, what used to be radio. Now I think it's called Trophy Room. But anyway, Markelon to make his way up ramp, but was getting instantly shut down as well. Markelon taking some damage, but nothing too significant, nothing to be worried about. In the meantime, Cerebro's just sneaking his way slowly out from outer, and Venom holding that close corner in mini. Rick's might just find Cerebro. No, Cerebro turns around in the nick of time to just shut down that play coming out from Rick's. It all comes down to Pexer and Venom. And Cerebro might just be finding Pexer in about a second, but Pexer shuts it down. Does manage to retrieve the Galil. Venom in the meantime has retrieved the UMP. They should be looking to save these weapons come what may.
Yeah, it's gonna be Eco coming in the next round for Brutality. So any sort of armor as well as weaponry that they can carry over might be able to put up a fight. Whereas the Shooting Monkeys, who have got their second round on the board here on the T side, off to a really good start on Nuke.
Yeah.
We haven't done predictions here on Nuke, so
I have
your
not
turn.
seen. Okay, fine.
Pick a number.
Pick a number. Okay. I am just on the fact that Brutality is the more experienced team and I've seen them play more often. I'm going to call it Brutality, but yet again, I'm calling a close game. I'm calling it 16-12 for Brutality.
I think it's gonna go even more closer, but yeah, even I'm gonna go and call out 16, maybe 13 or 14 to Brutality. So for the moment though, it's going to be just an eco from Brutality. They did manage to save up that Galil as well as that M4 on Pexar as well as Venom respectively. Let's see if those weapons can do some significant work into this round. As I say that, Forsaken gets tagged all the way down to 34 points of health, has to fall back, and the CTs just offer themselves up.
Yeah, they were like lambs to slaughter there, and Forsaken played that angle very well. In the meantime, Waz does get the bomb down, but Spy is there to clean up the kill after Revolt Beast does fall. In the meantime, Juventa has recovered the UMP that was dropped by Venom, and he's making his way to lower, does spot out a bunch of P's, but they're shooting them in a battle of attrition there. Markelon coming out on top. 3 rounds on the board for Shooting Monkeys after 4 rounds of play. Going into the 5th round, we're finally going to be seeing the first buy round coming out from Brutality. This is where Brutality need to clinch this and keep as many players alive as possible. because the T economy is poised in such a position that, yeah, they will be able to buy into the next round regardless and go into it with a fairly strong buy with all the utility under the sun. So Brutality need to keep this round alive and, take this and keep as many players alive as possible as well.
They have very minimal utility though.
Yeah.
And that is going to be a problem for the CTs here, as Waz seems to have a lot of T's coming his way. Martelone just crouch peeking through the corner into Waz's crosshair, is going to get punished for it. No utility use there, no pop flash.
Yeah.
Not the best of ideas.
Not at all. And they've completely relinquished outer control. Finally, I think it is Revolt Beast who's slowly watching, maybe, tepidly testing the waters towards outer, but no, he's going to make his way back into the halls area and was just changing his angle and still watching ramp perfectly there. Rix does get flash, but I think there was a team flash coming in. In the meantime, Waz has repositioned himself by lower entrance and he's ideally poised to at least get one more kill this round. And, unable to find that Revolt Beast, landing a nasty snap headshot. And that's the man advantage completely taken out of the picture. But Spy has dropped so low. In the meantime, will he be able to get the kill onto Juventa? Somehow he manages to eke out the kill. Okay then, but yeah, Revolt Beast has taken damage and Spy is a whisker away from death. And Bomb does get planted, but Rix managing to find the kill onto Forsaken. In the meantime, Cerebro replying with a kill onto Venom. Down to 2v3, but two players are extremely low. Spy is on his last breath, and Cerebro on 41 points of health. Revolt Beast not looking in the pink of health either. Rix in the meantime, 32 points of health to work with. It'll all come down to Pexer in the meantime to make something happen. He is, okay, not a single kit out either. They need to hurry up or they need to call the save. They need to decide what they want to do at this time. And it looks like they're going for the save. There's no time on the CTs to go for this retake. And they're doing the smart thing, calling the save. And very well played by Shooting Monkeys there. They deny the retake by taking very good post plants, not offering themselves up on a plate. And Spy might just fall here to the bomb blast. But no, all three players remaining alive. That goes a long way towards their economy. And Brutality.
Yet to turn up on Nuke.
Yeah.
It's just the pistol round that they managed to take there. And that also came down to pretty much Shooting Monkeys misplaying that round out more than Brutality taking that round by the scuff of the neck. And now we see a pause coming in. Brutality, they need to rethink this. They'll lose their first gun round as well. And they did manage to save up 2 rifles, but it's probably going to be just SMGs on the remainder 3 players if they do decide to buy into this round, which is highly inadvisable.
They should save. I mean, they'll be on they're on a 4-round loss streak right now. They'll be getting $3,400 in the next round. So upgraded pistols, at the most, maybe Venom goes for an armor buy with a P250. But I would really, or maybe Rix can drop someone a P250 or Rix can drop a P250 or 2, but he's going for the op next round, and you want Rix on the op, at least on Nuke for sure, because he's the player who can make the difference, and I think that's what they're trying to decide. They're working around how to go into this round with the best possible buy, without compromising the future buy coming up in the next round, because they're going to be flush with money. They're going to be on full loss bonus. But that previous round, even though Waz got the opening pick, again, very little info plays coming out from Brutality, and it is risky to go for those plays on a map like Nuke, because you never know when a team might just be holding that off angle by T-spawn over by crates, and you can get picked off as you make your way up outer or make your way into the halls. So it's a very difficult map to glean information off of. You have to rely on your just instincts and aim. Like, you need outer control, and that's what they're going for. 3 people just rushing up outer. Forsaken needs to be careful. He should hear this, and Markelon should spot this, but Rix getting the decapitation going. Markelon to fall, but Rix is internally bleeding right now. And Venom and Pexer just finding kills. Cerebro, trades coming out left, right and center, but the man advantage still with the CTs. Cerebro does neutralize that, and they're okay, fine. Now finally man advantage with the Ts. Yeah, Juventa.
This round is pretty much done now. Juventa, no armor, only a P250. Might be able to recover. No. Denied away by Cerebro. And Shooting Monkeys played that perfectly. They did make a little meal of it towards the early part of that round, but once Cerebro stepped up, it was all curtains for Brutality in that round. 5-1 now on the T side. Brutality.
They need to show up this round.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay, Rick's not going for the AWP, he's going for the M4. Alright, so they've gone M4 utility. So now finally there's a decent amount of utility out. 3 kits, everything going in Brutality's favor. They should be looking to put a very clean round out on the board. In the meantime, Cerebro, they're playing outer. They're giving up outer control a little too easily, in my opinion. They're playing this very passive. Venom, the only player by outer, he's playing just by Garage, by Red Crate. And still no damage to come in. Oh, Markalones does find Venom, who was playing outer, but Waz needs to be careful. He gets Molotoved off. Good usage of utility coming out from the T's. Denying Waz that trade. And Markalon already so low. He's just a tap away from, biting the big one, as they say.
Juventa is going to be playing in that ramp room. Was playing it passive for the moment. Spy not aggressing up just yet. The T's just want to try and feel out where the CTs are playing for at the moment. And Forsaken is just going... Okay, in fact, it was Markalone who walked into Juventa's crosshair there. Gets the trade back in favor of Brutality. Still 4-4. And Spy is going to make his way towards the A-bomb side. Rick Scott looking at Squeaky there. Takes him down. Takes some damage but manages to fall back into safety. Meanwhile, Hexa gets 1, gets 2, and leaves Forsaken all alone now. Coming in from Heavens. Does get the pick onto Pexer. 1v2 still doable here. Is he going to flush out? Was in the corner. Nope.
And finally, Brutality putting the second round on the board. But here's the problem. They lost 2 rifles. Oh, and unable to recover the AWP as well. They lost 3 rifles. So their money will be on the breaking point. So Shooting Monkeys are poised ideally to break the Brutality economy, provided they manage to pick this round up. And they've foregone the AWP. They've gone with the 5 AKs. So we can expect them to be a bit faster out of the gates. And what are they going to do? I think they're going for outer control right now. Yeah, they're going outer control. Venom on the UMP, that too. Playing outer with the UMP, I wouldn't be doing that, to be very honest. I would at least post a rifle outer. But he's playing a rather close angle, and we all know his aim is pretty snappy, so he can get the drop onto anyone moving up rafters. Markalon, I don't think he spotted out Venom there, but I think Venom knows that someone's on the rafters. He should have spotted him. And Markalon still not spotting out, but okay then. Takes a lot of damage, but does get the man advantage for the T's. But then they started out identically in the previous round as well, with Venom going down fairly early on into the round. Cerebro's smoked off in Hut, and Markalon gonna get caught just peering out corner, and Cerebro with the trade. The trade game, they just need to trade. They don't need to go for the 1v1 fights. All they need to do is trade. But I think the bomb was spotted by the CTs. In the meantime, Invents, Forsaken should have spotted that flash coming out.
Yeah, he knows exactly where Waz is playing from. He walks into his crosshair. So does Cerebro, but Spy closes out the round for Shooting Monkeys, and that dreaded reset that you talked about comes in for Brutality.
Now this is the worst possible outcome that Brutality could have had in this round. That's not gonna go down well.
Yeah, 2-6 now. Only 2 rounds of the first 8 on the CT side. Brutality predominantly have been a T-sided team in the past, but
I mean,
on Nuke.
So here's the thing. So I was talking to Equitas about the new Nuke, and he feels that it is a fairly balanced map. But when you look at how the rounds break in international Counter-Strike, you'll see that it's still heavily CT-sided. And so Equitas and Blair have differing opinions when it comes to on which side of the scale Nuke, which side the scales tip in terms of CT or T when it comes to Nuke. Blair firmly says that it is a CT-sided map. If you go up even against a coordinated CT side, and they're equally matched in terms of skill, the CTs will come out on top 9 times out of 10. Equitas says that no, Nuke is still a very T-sided map, especially with the whole new mechanic where you can actually wrap around all the way into heaven without having to resort to any fancy boosts or jumps because the rafters wrap all the way around upper bomb site. So there's two ways to look at it. Like I've seen teams like, obviously comparing teams like either Brutality or Shooting Monkeys to the international scenario is kind of a travesty. But I mean, the thing is, for their skill level, it'll still hold true because G2 or Envious or Astralis are playing teams of their own caliber in VP or, SK. And all these teams, the teams that are good on Nuke, Optic are good on Nuke, North are fairly good on Nuke. And all these teams, like, they like, what I've seen is the one player plays this forklift, the Opper usually plays this forklift and spots the player crossing into heaven or hell, what have you. So these are the things that, teams need to pick up on. And I can hear my observer just dying of laughter outside. And there we go, Forsaken with the first kill, but takes out his knife, ill-advised. And will he expect Venom? Tapping away, but Spy there. He's got his teammates back. In the meantime, it's down to a 2v3. And the lower bomb site is ripe for the taking.
Yeah, this round is done here at this point. Pexar does manage to recover the AK, but I don't see him being able to challenge up the T's unless he can land some nutty shots here. The door is opened up by Waz. He's not going to spot out any T just yet. Revolt right above him is going to spot Pexar initially, and that's when the gig is up. Waz gets one kill, but Spy takes the round out for Shooting Monkeys. 7-2. Brutality. The money's not looking good either here. It's either going to be the first buy.
They'll have to. It's getting out of hand. 7 rounds on the T side on Nuke. It's quite a commendable score. And because they'll be on such a neutered buy, and you can see like the utility is all but not there. They have 2 Molotovs, 4 smokes, 2 nades, and 4 flashbangs. That's not ideal to say the least. And
yeah, but Rix
finally
does pull out the AWP, and is that going to be the change of fortunes for Brutality? He spots one player out, goes for the flick, lands it on Mark alone. This is why this player is a beast on the AVP, but Forsaken does manage to drop Waz, levels up the numbers, still 4-on-4. Spy.
Look at this aggression from Spy. He's made his way. He's right next to Rix. He needs to be careful. Rix might just get shot in the back. Spy, does he spot out Rix is the question. They know he's playing from somewhere around Garage because he landed the kill onto Markelon. But does Spy spot him? This is, the timing just not working out for Spy. But again, they have no info that Spy is playing so aggro. He can literally just break Brutality's hold on the A bomb site, which is anyway not present.
Yeah, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, like there's no one in the upper bomb site. Venom is by ramp, Juventa is by trophy room. They've fairly given up the A bomb site, more or less. They've all left it out down to Rix to hold outer. And Venom's gonna just get mauled there by Spy. 4v3, Pexar by Secret. He can catch them off guard. He can actually go in for the flank. Forsaken needs to be careful. Pexar's coming up behind him. Will he know it's... Pexar doing a fancy split. Forsaken doing a fancy split and going down, but still, man advantage.
Yeah, but I think the damage is already done by Shooting Monkeys there. They catch off Rix, and now Juventa takes a fall as well. Pexar all alone with 1 AK, and Shooting Monkeys, just any sort of picks, any sort of plays coming in from Brutality doesn't seem to be enough against Shooting Monkeys here on Nuke.
Yeah, and Pexar doing the smart thing. He's just going to fall back and try and save the op that Rix dropped. Will they be... Pexar spotted out. And there's no saving. Not this round. And yet another near perfect round coming out from Shooting Monkeys. And there we see some banter with the shooting onto the corpses going on. This is what makes Counter-Strike such a joyful sport to watch and cast.
And... looks like there's a DC coming in. It's Venom who's DC'd from the server. 8-2 Shooting Monkeys. This, for the people tuning in, this is map number 3 of the lower bracket quarterfinal. So the loser is out of the Cobx championship. Third map, so everything on the line.
And Shooting Monkeys just have come out of the gates just swinging. They're not taking any prisoners. they mean business. And I think Venom has dropped from the server, so we're going to be waiting for him to join back. In the meantime, how has your experience been casting Cobx so far? Like, we've been at it for a while now. We've seen teams from all across the spectrum. I remember casting a team who didn't even know that they had to install the So Strong app.
Yeah, that was very, very interesting. It amused me to an extent there, as they did come onto the server and get completely slaughtered, but it's kind of expected.
4 out of 5 players on that team had never played a game on So Strong, ever. But here's the thing, what I found promising is that there are a lot more teams, lot more players willing to take the risk to, come out and actually try and play the game in a serious 5v5 format. Yeah. Yes, you might get absolutely destroyed off the server, but there's so much you can learn. Like, take this map, take this game for example. What can Shooting Monkeys take away from this? Regardless of the outcome, they win or they lose, what can they take away from this? Their T-side on Mirage was extremely lackluster.
Yep.
They relied too much on set plays and didn't really read the opponent. They didn't realize how good Brutality are on Mirage and what makes them so good on Mirage. And they didn't play into their tendencies. They didn't read their tendencies very well. And they just got slaughtered round after round just thanks to utility usage. So even teams as good as Shooting Monkeys have a lot to take away from entering tournaments, playing against better teams than themselves, and just realize where they're lacking and how to improve. And that's what looks promising to me, that with more such tournaments coming up, there's Cobx, there were talks of Nazara, there's Cypher, but that's an invite only, so we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Quite pointless right now, actually. And then ESL Premiership, the Starter Cup.
Yeah, and there's also the Zawi Extreme Clan Season 2 coming up as well. So a lot of Indian Counter-Strike lined up for all of us, and seems like a very promising year for Indian esports. And this is the best time to, in fact, scrim against the best, play against the best. That's the thing, right? Most of these teams they always want to go up against those big teams and see where they stand today. And in many scenarios, you do not get that opportunity. But in tournaments such as Cobx, it's your platform right there. You get to go onto that grand stage and play up against those teams in a tournament setting. And that experience, I think, goes a long way for most of these up-and-coming players.
I agree. So that's why I would urge players, like, I read chat, right? And it's not a pleasant experience because most people in chat are kind of, toxic towards each other. Like, forget what they say about us. We don't really care what they have to say about us, to be very honest. But the fact of the matter is, instead of, calling these teams noobs, noobre, useless, whatever, because I can guarantee you this. Each and every one of these teams whom you've been seeing in the playoff series can literally ring circles around you with one hand. Like, they don't even have to use WASD. They can just take positions and you can forbid them from peeking. They'll just out-aim you as you come into bomb sites. I can guarantee you that much. Instead of, bashing on them, learn from them. There's so much you can learn just by watching and listening to what the teams, how they're playing, how they're communicating. So for the viewers who actually might want to take this seriously and want to break into the amateur scene, I still won't call the Indian pro scene the pro scene. It's still very semi-pro when you compare it to the rest of the world. But we're getting there. We're seeing teams like Shooting Monkeys come up. We're seeing teams like Entity actually putting up a fight and improving by leaps and bounds. Team D2D, Dare to Dream. Yes, they've had a fairly, they're off form right now, and they've had a fairly shaky performance in both the ESL Masters League and then dropping out of Cobx, not even making it to the playoffs. But they're trying to approach the game the right way. So I'd urge you to take a look at the game the right way and approach it in a way that will actually be beneficial to you, the community, and the scene as well. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. The round is going to go live. It's 8-2 to Shooting Monkeys. We're going Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have been suffering from a little bit of technical problems. Our casting PC sort of Windows updated itself and decided to restart. So we're back. Don't worry, we're not gone anywhere. So what have you missed in the meantime? Well, nothing much. Shooting Monkeys did manage to put the 9 rounds on the board, and right now it looks like Brutality are well on the way to putting their 3rd round on the board for the game. It's the down 4v2. Make that. Wow, Adi coming into the server and just wrecking everybody, getting a 3k. Wow. Alrighty then.
Yeah, that seemed to have done the magic trick for Brutality. Is swap one of the players out. Who was it?
It's
Okay,
Adi.
it's Venom who's
Yeah,
actually
Venom,
off the server and replaced up by the sub that's Adi, and immediately Brutality pulled 1 round back.
Okay then. I mean, if all else fails, just bring in a new player, I guess. And yeah.
That is pretty much soccer style where you just sub one player off. He's not working out. Like, off you go.
Yeah.
In we get the new player in.
And seems to be doing the trick. Adi picking up a 3k in his first gun round for Brutality, and 9-3. Still a mountain left to climb for Brutality.
Yeah, if they need to stand a realistic chance of taking this map, they need to win the remaining 3 rounds here in the first half. 9-3 now. Shooting Monkeys. They managed to bring out the AWP yet again on Cerebro. No AWP out on Rix, however. And Forsaken is gonna check the corner. Uenta took just a moment's notice there to snap his neck off, and Mark alone is gonna spot out the CT coming in through the smoke, but a little too late to react. But the trade frag comes in from Spy. It's gonna be 4v3. Still a man advantage for the T's.
So what's worrying me right now about the T's setup is that they're so very spread apart. They don't need to. They're a man to the good. All they need to do is play for the trades. Just play for the trades. They'll always be 1 man up. And yeah, finally they're grouping up by lower, and Forsaken needs to be careful. Waz is making a lot of noise outer, and Cerebro should have heard him and does take him down, and also managing to take down Adi as well. All down to Pexer, 1v4, what can he do? He's isolated by the upper bomb site. He knows that Cerebro's there by Mini. He's going to make his way quietly downstairs and into vents. He's going to clear out angles that are commonly held.
But no kit out on Pexar, which makes this almost impossible to go in for. Cerebro stepping up for Shooting Monkeys, and the worst possible thing that could have happened to Brutality at the moment. Reset potential.
Yeah, and exactly. Again, they're on the precipice of a reset. They'll be able to force it up next round if they choose to do so, but that would be the wrong route to take, in my opinion, because that would mean that
There's 2 more rounds remaining.
Yeah.
If they lose that last round, they have absolutely squat, and it's gonna have to be yet again another first buy coming in. Shooting Monkeys hit double digits, 10-3 now.
Who would have thought this?
We're well on the way to another 12-3 half here at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the force buy does come in, so they might be able to throw a spanner in the works here, Brutality. As I keep saying, they're a very experienced team, so never count them out. This is Counter-Strike. Comebacks happen all across the board, all over the place. You can never count out a team until the scoreboard has hit 16 for any one team. But as things are shaping right now, this force buy is just reeks of desperation. They desperately need those rounds, and was taking up the same aggressive position, and this time will find Revolt Beast and Forsaken, and that's bombed down. This round is GG, and he's sprays through the smoke, landing a ton of damage on a Marklon. He himself has done over 200 points of damage, and I think he takes some team damage over from Pexer, and finally Cerebro does get the kill, but Pexer's there for the trade, and Cerebro is already on his last wish.
Yeah, 30 points of health remain between the 2 T's there.
Make that 3.
Yeah, that's just 3. It's a lot of utility which they had, which they decided not to expend. Moving in, Cerebro though does land a sweet shot onto Uenta, brings this down 1v3, but
I mean,
1 minute remaining on the clock. He does have time, but what he does not have is teammates and health.
So here's the thing though. I think Shooting Monkeys weren't expecting this force buy to come out from Brutality. I think they got the economy read a bit wrong, which is why they just rushed in YOLO, because they thought they'd be playing against pistols and it'll be an easy round. We'll just play for the trades, be done with it. Instead, they saw Waz, who was just feeling it, and just sprayed down 2 people just as this rounded the corner by ramp, and from then, the round was more or less lost because... Oh, but Cerebro doing a ton of work and somehow he's brought it down to a 1v2, but does Pexer... Oh!
What on earth is happening? Rix does manage to restore normalcy to an extent there, but Cerebro,
My God! And
hats off.
see, here's the thing. What Cerebro did was do so much economic damage to Brutality that even going into the last round, even though they win this round, okay, they'll have some utility. Like that, it's primarily owing to the fact that Rix does manage to recover the op there. But someone needs to pick up more, like Rix, there we go. One smoke, one decoy out onto him. The thing is, Cerebro just went God mode there. Almost clutching that round out single-handedly. Almost. If only he had more HP, right?
Yeah, if only he had the gun pulled out, probably goes in for the no scope there because it looked like he was feeling it that round.
Yeah. And Juventa already taking a ton of damage right at the outset. And Marcalones needs to be careful. Juventa there playing on top of Hut. Just spamming through that smoke because, you know, he expected someone to be pushing it and making their way lower. Smart play coming out from, I think it was, Juventa there.
The T's though, playing it very passive. Rix still at Garage with that AWP.
Oh, but Adi not gonna miss those. He's a fantastic aimer, especially on his day. But Cerebro needs to be careful. There's two players playing by Hut. And, but Spy just comes out swinging and popping Juventa's head. And gets the kill onto Adi as well. Down to a 3v2. Oh, but was peeks out from lower and meantime Pexer gets the kill onto Cerebro. And now it's all down to Forsaken and Revolt Beast. Bomb is making its way lower. Revolt Beast taking his, position by radio there. And Forsaken gonna...
Molotov into Vent, and that's gonna buy enough time for the bomb to go down. Revolt on the flank here, gets the better of Wazol, and only his gun to the face, misses the shot onto Pexer. He does get a headshot, but Forsaken is there for the trade. Rex with the AWP, 1v1 versus Forsaken, does have the smoke. He's gonna go ahead, try to stick the defuse, but has no kit on him. That's ages that he has to hold this. Instead, he's gonna take up this firefight, does get the headshot with that 5-7, and I think they have enough time to get
I
the
think he has
diffuse.
enough time to get the diffuse in. And that's going to be the half, folks. 10-5 for Brutality. Oh, what a half it has been. Topsy-turvy, ups and downs all across the board. Shooting Monkeys losing the plot a little towards the end, but take nothing away from them. 10 rounds on the T side on Nuke is absolutely commendable. And now, Brutality with it all left to do.
Yeah, they have to dig deep, grind out round after round, specifically 11 of them, if not at least 10 to force overtime here on the T side. Shooting Monkeys 6 rounds away now from knocking Brutality out of the Cobx CSGO Championship.
And who would have thought this was possible, right? Going into
Yeah.
this, no one would have hedged their bets against Brutality. But might just end up happening. Oh.
And Rix is gonna go for that quick play here. Forsaken playing off ramp. He's gonna spot out some T's very soon here. Adi already making his way towards Vent, taking up that firefight up against Spy, gets taken down. And
Forsaken playing this very smart, playing the cheeky headshot angle over in the lower bomb side, goes by door. And Rix on the chase. Revolt Beast needs to be careful. He's gonna face off 4 terrorists and he does put the bomb out. Oh! And again, Revolt Beast playing this very smart. Gets 2. Can he get the 3rd is the question. There's a...
the T's are just getting dragged all around the place here. It started all the way near ramp. They came out to outer, and that even in heavens we saw some shots being fired off. And Cerebro gonna tap away. Juventa takes a fall, and it's all down to Rix.
The 1v4. Can the good old Opper, one of the best Oppers in the country, actually the best Opper at one point of time in the country, can he pull this off? It's a 1v4 clutch to keep his team in the map, in the game, in the tournament essentially. And the answer is tapping away, does find Cerebro. Can he find more? The CTs don't need to take this fight. They can just bunch up. And why are they peeking him one by one? Jesus.
Yeah, and Marcalones and Forsaken, 17 points of health between the two of them. Pretty much one shot there, maybe even a collateral, but Spy secures the pistol for Shooting Monkeys. Danger averted, but Brutality now.
Yeah.
They're slowly digging themselves into a hole there.
Yeah, into a hole that they might not be able to climb out of is my fear. But then I think the force buy will come out from them, and they're fairly potent on the force buys as well. They've won a couple, and they're deciding to play conservative. They want to go into the first gun round, or they might want to force up next round. You never know with the Galil and the armor and throw a curveball.
Yeah, they did, what is not going to work in their favor is they did not get the bomb plant the last time around, so they're going to have very limited money to work with. But regardless, they're going to try and make something of this round. Adi up at Squeaky. Markelone is here in boost. And tapping away Uenta. Not P250,
not
that range.
Not the ideal weapon, and there we go. That's what he finds out. Shot in the face by Spy, and Adi is going to open the doors to hell, literally. Fire and flame just coming, spilling through Squeaky, and they're going to come spilling through as well into the meat grinder. And Adi does find the kill onto Cerebro, but there we go. Markelon drops down from top of hut and ends things with the kill onto Rix.
Yeah, USP to the face there. Shooting monkeys. 12th round on the board now. 4 rounds away. There's going to be no money on Brutality. This is highly unlikely that they go for a force buy. Maybe just upgraded pistols, armor. And as I say, the Rix is going to buy up.
This is what I said, right? They're going to go with the more comprehensive force buy, quote unquote. Because they're going to be able to buy AKs in the next round regardless. They're getting $2,400. Yeah, so they'll be able to buy up AKs in the next round. So they're just trying to give themselves the best chance. And the thing is, the CTs might not be expecting this, and that's exactly what happened. They come rushing out into the upper bomb side and already 2-man to the good and get the bomb plant down. The CT should just look to save.
Cerebro invested in an auto shoddy.
Yeah, because they thought that they're going to face off against completely ecoed opponents. They thought they'd be saving for the next gun round. But instead, like I said, the curveball catching them perfectly off guard. And in the meantime, Spy does catch one, but Rix. Cerebro does get a kill onto Rix with the auto shotty.
Well played though, Brutality.
Yeah.
Nice read. 6 and 12 now. And shooting monkeys, how's their money looking like?
They'll buy into this round. Or, I mean, eco, what is eco?
Yeah. That's pretty much not in the dictionary for many Indian players out there. But yeah, it's going to be 2 UMPs, 3 M4s, limited utility.
What worries me though is that they have a FAMAS and an ump, and without any head armor, there's just one headshot potential written right across the board there. Spy playing mini, them bombarding up outer. Spy should hear this, even the player up on Raptors. They're not bothering to keep quiet actually. I think they're trying to bait and give misinformation because, well, the bomb is towards outer, and Markelon does pot him out and sprays down Was. In the meantime, Spy finding Rix. This is going very wrong, very fast.
Yeah, Spy does finally get taken down by Pexar there.
And
Coming in from outer towards A. Spray down onto Cerebro, looking the wrong way. And Mark alone down to a 3v3 at the moment.
And
bomb goes down. What? Aye. Not the best person to be going in initially. The loop around comes in from the heavens. Markelone does get the kill onto Juventa. Adi takes him away. But Adi, with that Tech 9, catches Revolt, trying to go in for that reload. 1v1, Forsaken coming in towards heavens. Adi has expecting this, but Forsaken gets the jump regardless. And Brutality.
What a heroic attempt there by Adi, but unfortunately, he couldn't do much. And look at that. Adi has been in the game for what, 5 rounds? And he's already making his way over to the top of the scoreboard for Brutality. Okay then, Adi. Just showing us what a retired professional is capable of in this country. He is a very good player, by the way. Don't take anything away from him. Adi is a fantastic player. On his day, he is almost unplayable.
Yep. And it's gonna be forced by in for Brutality. 3 AKs, a Tech 9. And down goes one of the AKs right off the bat. Mark alone takes it down with the UMP. And
Pexar does find Revolt Beast.
4v4, still doable for Brutality, but Mark alone playing this exact same position the previous couple of rounds as well. So I'm guessing they're gonna account for it regardless.
But Markelon spots out the feet, and there we go. Cerebro gets a kill on a Rix. 2v4. They shouldn't be throwing away at any point soon, but they fine. Markelon, but Juventa's so very low, and it's 1v3. They don't need. They can just play for trades or retake. Just do whatever. They don't need to offer themselves up on the platter.
Marklon giving us a mini stroke there as he walked out and whiffed the spray, but it did manage to pick up the kill regardless. And Juventa, 5 points of health, safe territory at the moment. 50 seconds remaining.
I mean, he has time to play with, and I think the CTs are bunched up together on upper. Is there anyone lower? I'm not really sure. It's very difficult to tell by this minimap where they're playing from. And Spy is playing by Vents. And yeah, they're all upper. So, I mean, Juventa has the time, but he's just going to look to save, I think. Right now, it's a desperate situation for Brutality.
Now Shooting Monkeys hit 14 rounds. Absolutely no room for error. They have to take whatever comes their way, and it's going to start with trying to save this AK. Moving in, but Shooting Monkeys, man, they've impressed me leaps and bounds here today. Taking the fight up to Brutality and able to hold their own.
Yeah. And it's going to be 14-6 in about a couple of seconds. There we go. And anyway, guys, 14-6 is the score right now. And we're just waiting on the round to pick up. It is going to be yet another force buy coming in from Brutality. You went up with that saved AK-47 and 1 smoke. We have Tech 9s across the board. And this is going to be a very fast round coming out from Brutality. Has to be. They don't have the necessary utility to actually wait out this round. But it looks like they're going to be taking their time. They're going to be patient. In the meantime, Forsaken taking a spot of damage over by Ramp. He needs to be careful. And Rix playing very patiently by Radio. Was managing to get the kill on the Spy. That's a very good start for Brutality. First time in a very long time they've managed to get going into the lead. And Adi picking up the kill on Cerebro. That's amazing from right now. On a wish of a buy, they managed to get everybody down. Adi on the 3K already. Adi's just been phenomenal. No, he's not 2K. He's just been phenomenal since he's joined the server. And it looks like it's going to be 14-7 to Brutality, as Revolt Beast is already thrown in the towel and is looking to just try and save this rifle.
Yeah, Brutality there. Come off with a very clean round. Keep all 5 players alive. 7th round on the board. And Revolt is going to get hunted down. Rix gets taken down. It was just a UMP, so yeah, but nothing much of significance was lost for the side of Brutality, but they know exactly where he's playing from, and there are T's swarming his way. He's going to have to stay alive for a good part of 10 seconds, but 2 players go down on the side of Brutality, and that is going to hurt.
Yeah, that is going to hurt, especially the economy going forward, but it's going to hurt their economy going forward. And the CT economy on the flip side isn't looking that great either. They have to, they will have to save this round as well. Oh God. And that's primarily because they won 2, then lost 1, then won 2 again, and they didn't keep that many players alive as they'd like to, which is why you see this broken buy coming out from Shooting Monkeys as well. Brutality should not have any trouble seeing this round. It should be 14-8.
Yeah.
But then we've seen the amazing happen, and somehow these force buys just keep acting and keep working out for both teams. And that nade, not to do much. Adi spraying and praying away, but Marklon is just landing the kill onto him. Pexer in the meantime does find the trade. But look at that, the damage on Pexer and Rix right now. They're left internally bleeding, and Spy playing very aggro, pushing up. He's been a revolution in this map and is aware and does get him. It's down to a 4v2, all down to Revolt Beast and Forsaken. And
not an ideal range for that pistol P250, there, the P250. But they're gonna make their way towards upper here. Forsaken gets one. Waz takes a fall. Still a man advantage for the T's, and they have much superior weaponry. Forsaken does manage to recover the AK, but Juventa gets the kill onto Revolt. All down to Forsaken. Is gonna get 1 kill. 1v2. Both of them are going to be bleeding internally here. And Forsaken, he hears them.
He knows what's up. Can Forsaken do this? It's going to be the 4K for him, and he gets one. That's the bomb down as well. Still 37 seconds left on the clock. There's enough time to work it. They know exactly where Forsaken is playing from. So Rix shouldn't have any trouble dispatching off with this player because he has no armor. Forsaken has no armor. Oh, Rix being very patient. Pops his head and gets decapitated. Forsaken with an eco clutch there. 4K for him. What? Exactly. Look at our observer just going absolutely nuts there as well.
It was 2v4 versus no armor, just pistols and shooting monkeys. They pull off an impossible task there, and they get onto map point 15 and 7. Brutality. Look at that buy. It's just 4 Tech 9s and a UMP. Backs against the wall. Shooting monkeys. Have they done enough here to secure this win versus Brutality?
I mean, if this isn't enough, I don't know what is, to be very, very honest. And okay, Adi takes down Markelon. I mean, why are they even buying guns? They should just, I think they should just eco every round. And Spy gonna get taken down shortly. Wait, they're just dancing around. Spy go down as well. And Revolt does find one. Is going for the second. Can he find the second? He does find, but it's all down to a 2v2 now. Cerebro with the op, but it's down to Forsaken and Cerebro. Bombs down. Cerebro needs to be careful. Forsaken still by outer. They're going to regroup and try and retake together. That's the right approach, I think. Forsaken still paranoid for some strange reason. Thinks that they might get pushed heaven.
Yeah, down to a 2v2. It's still the AWP on Cerebro, and he's going to tag Pexar all the way down to 17 points of health. But they know where he's coming from. He might be able to line them up, not pulling the trigger there. The moment is gone. He's going to take the peek and whips a very easy shot. Looks like they might have lined up yet again there. Cerebro, we've seen him hit some absolutely insane shots, but he missed a sitter there, something that should never be missing. But Forsaken,
Pexar versus Forsaken. Pexar internally leading, but Forsaken just rushing out, looking the wrong way, and Pexar clutching out that round yet again for Brutality. Score is 18-8, and it's going to be another force buy coming in from Shooting Monkeys, isn't it?
yeah, 15 and 8 now. The force buy is on the cards, but it's very, very minimal money. I think that they're just going to take a timeout and
Compose themselves,
compose themselves, reevaluate the situation, and see if it's actually worth going for. They do have a lot of rounds to work with, so
Yeah, and I mean, Adi, this has been a complete revelation since he subbed in for Venom. He's just going off. I think Adi is the more comfortable player on Nuke. I think the most comfortable player on Nuke, and I think he might have taken over the calling from Juventa as well. But I mean, this is just insane. They just keep force buying and breaking each other right back, and there we go. The force buy coming in. Spy passing off the scout onto Markelon. And what kind of buy will we expect coming in from Forsaken and the rest of the
Deagle
gang?
boys, go for the Deagles. You've shown it on multiple locations. You guys are more than capable of wielding them. Just go for the Deagles. Play for those one taps and one deek. What am I saying?
But it seems like Forsaken does bring out the Deagle. We might just see some sweet Juan Deegs yet again. Match is still paused. I think might be a technical issue, and you never know. I mean, I think Shooting Monkeys just really going at it, like trying to come up with a good strat.
And just to put things in perspective, Adi has the highest IR, sitting at 17.62. A player who didn't even play most of the first half of this game.
I mean, that's the thing, right? That's what a change-up can do for you. Like, just one player, just changing one player can make a world of difference, I guess. And that's exactly what happened here.
And most of these players are going to be mentally, how would I say, tired as well to an extent. And Adi coming in, breath of fresh air.
That could be one factor, but then these are professional players in the end of the day, shade. So I don't think they'll be looking towards the mental fatigue as much, because, you know, we saw TMG play a mammoth of a game and then go right back and play a game a few hours later against Entity. They played pretty well as well. Their T side fared pretty well, but their CT side kind of fell apart. But still, these are pro players. They know what's required of them, and they do what is necessary, and they perform to the best of their abilities, regardless.
And first bike comes in, and as you saw, it's just going to be pistols out on 3 players. Mark Lone in garage with that scout. Spots one player out, but Ricks.
Yeah, too good.
Yeah, too good. First one to pull the trigger there, gets the opening frag, and the scout down. It's going to be very difficult, but Forsaken with that deagle.
He can always be the equalizing factor with that deagle. But then, this is Nuke. The Brutality are playing it smart, right? They're taking the long range route. They're not jumping into the small corners. They're playing to their strengths. They have the gun advantage. They're getting the range advantage. And there we go. Spy spotting out one head, gets one, but then it's caught on the reload. And the CZ has such a long reload in the meantime. So Adi does pick one and gets Forsaken as well. His deagle's not going to sink this round, unfortunately. And now Cerebro has managed to recover an AK-47. He should look to save it more than anything. There's no need to go for the retake. There's 2 rifles to be had right now, and they could get both and try and save it for the next round. They're going to absolutely need every gun they can possibly recover. And there's armor onto Revolt Beast as well as some utility. This should be enough for the CTs to call the save, actually. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. Cerebro's going to fall and save. Revolt picking up the ump. Fine, that's a good enough gun in the current meta, so...
Yeah, they'll take whatever comes their way at this point, as Brutality are all set to put their 9th round on the board. Still a fair way to go before they are able to force up overtime. 6 rounds precisely. And
yeah, they do manage to save the rifles. And Brutality also, they know that their money isn't all that great, so they can't really justify or risk losing weapons on the hunt. And no, they should double eco this. There's no need to buy into this round, because even if they buy into this round, the next buy is going to be absolute garbage as well. They should try and make whatever they can with the AK and the UMP saved up, and they should just save.
yeah, it's going to be 1 P250 out. That's going to be... And the armor out on Cerebro, but... Okay, I think Cerebro was the one who did stay alive, so they did manage to put armor out on another player. I think that's Forsaken, who bought up armor here. But besides that, it's going to be 1 smoke on Revolt Beast. And Forsaken is going to be positioning himself up at Heaven. It's going to be a garage presence as well, coming in from Spy, but he does have only a P250 to work with, and with the range that he's playing from, he's going to get punished. Ricks with the AWP takes him down, but Forsaken with very good spray equalizes the man advantage. 4 players still alive. Adi already on the A-bomb site. Forsaken comes for the loop around, but he's going to spot him out, take his head off, and make that the 2nd kill as well.
Wow.
Brutality now hanging in this tournament by a sliver.
They're just literally living on a dream right now, and Ricks, it'll all come down to him. Can he open up this bomb site with that AWP is the question. Oh, that smoke gets blocked. His own teammate blocking that smoke, and Forsaken finding Ricks as well, and finally Cerebro goes down to Pexter, but Forsaken, he's been the bane of Brutality for so long. He's been a thorn in their side, the perennial thorn, and can he just clutch this out? He's already on a 2K. I think he's on a 3K. Yeah, he's on a 3K for the round. Can he get the deciding 4th is the question. Pexer, he hears Pexer. Bomb has been mollied off.
Yeah, it's been Molotov off for the moment. He does expect one player to be playing at Heavens and another player at Squeaky. He does manage to recover the bomb. He does have smoke available. He's going to try and plant in the smoke. Forsaken comes out. Trigger discipline. Isn't spamming just yet. Tries to spam the skirt of the smoke there. Gets the kill. Pexer down to a 1v1. Revolt Beast.
Okay, then that is GG. Well played, ladies and gentlemen. Shooting Monkeys take this best of 3 in an epic fashion. 16-9, they close out the final map and knock out Brutality, one of the fan favorites for this tournament going further. And they are going to be moving ahead in the tournament. Brutality, all you fans, I know you're a bit disappointed, but I mean, they tried.
Yeah, it was a beautiful effort, but an effort in vain. They get knocked out of the Cobx CSGO Championship as Shooting Monkeys book their slot, their date versus Semper X in. It's going to be in a couple of dates. Tomorrow, We are going back toward the upper bracket where we will see Entity Esports take on Wolves.
Yeah.
Should be a cracker of a game. Do tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. But for today, from all of us here at the So Strong Studios, Shadeslayer as well as Archie signing off. Have a good day.